Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Good afternoon and welcome to Docking Family Stadium. Bulldog football is here once again, another home contest. Well, things are cloudy. We've had on and off rain today. 68 degrees right now in Grand Rapids for the undefeated Adrian College football team, 5-0, 2-0 in the league, taking on an upstart Calvin University squad. They are 4-1, 1-1 in the MIAA. Both teams coming off bye weeks last week, and we thank you for joining us this afternoon on the Adrian College Sports Network. The Calvin University Marching Band serenading what I've been told is a sellout crowd today, I should say, in MIAA play. The first trip for these Bulldogs out here to Grand Rapids as Adrian took down the Knights at home last season. And the Bulldogs looking to remain unbeaten, one of 16 Division III programs with an unblemished record so far. And at Calvin, their one blemish, nothing to really shake your head at. They went up to Alma and the Scots took care of business, as you might expect. And look, I mean, both teams coming off byes. Adrian coming off a big win against Albion, first time in 3 years for this program. Calvin coming off that big loss to Alma, so it'll be interesting to see who can really come out of the gates firing, Sean.
Yeah, and I think both these teams are going to come out hot. They're going to come out fast. Bye weeks for the whole MIAA means you get a lot of extra time to prepare for your opponent. Some of that time is going to be used for rest and relaxation. A lot of that time is going to be used for game planning. That's what both these teams did here today, as this is a very key matchup in how the rest of their season will look.
Adrian College getting national attention in Division III football. They're in the receiving votes category in the D3Football.com ranking from not only last week, but the week before. They maintained that spot. In a very good MIAA this year, we have Hope College ranked. We have Alma College receiving votes as well, and the Knights were in that position early on in the season in their early season success. And Sean, you mentioned these teams ready to go, and our pregame interview with Coach Joe Palka, which we'll hear in its entirety in a little bit, he basically said, we're tired of practicing. We want to play a football game, and I don't blame them. One of the hottest teams around are these Bulldogs, and just can't wait to see them. It's been a long bye week for us, too, up in the booth, Sean.
Yeah, of course, calling other sports as we go, but getting to call some Bulldog football always adds a little bit of excitement to your weekend, and some confusion from me as I didn't know I was going to be here for this game, and things worked out favorably, so I was able to make the trip almost. I think I let you know on Tuesday that things were good to go, but I'm excited to be here, excited to make the road trip once again, and I think everything will work out for the Bulldogs if they just do what they try to do, what they've implemented. It's the same thing for Calvin. If either of these teams do exactly as they implemented on paper, the paper says that they can win.
Well, the paper shows spectacular numbers defensively for Adrian College. We were going through some of those in our pregame preparation. Top 5 in many statistical categories, including overall defense, turnover margin per game. They are number 1 in the nation. Points per game allowed, they're inside the top 5. Total defense and things like that. This team not only takes the football away, when you get near scoring position, they just don't let you into the end zone.
No, and a lot of teams, they start to beat their head against the brick wall, it feels like, and that brick wall is the front 7 for this Bulldogs defense. doesn't, as you mentioned in the numbers there, the numbers say one thing, but when you watch the games as we have throughout this season, that Bulldog defense just doesn't let you run on them. They don't care if you're Division I FCS Valparaiso, if you're a team that's had running success all season. They do everything they can to stuff the middle, so you have to run outside, which is a lot harder to do when you're playing out of the shotgun most of the game, as most colleges do now.
And looking at these actual defensive numbers, 8.2 points per game allowed, just under 30 rushing yards per game allowed. That's not per half, per quarter, per game, and the Bulldogs allow 124 passing yards per contest. And look, there are going to be some skewed numbers, I think, when you have two teams in Adrian and Calvin that have one lopsided score in their favor. Adrian taking care of Teal College, and Oberlin week 1 for Calvin, they put up 80-plus points in that one. So some of these numbers might be skewed, so you kind of try to be somewhere in the middle. And a guy that's been in the middle of this Bulldog team is their running back, Trey Brueggemann. You talk about national numbers, inside the top 15 in terms of touchdowns scored. This guy's the nose for the end zone, the converted linebacker into a really full-time running back role.
Yeah, and when you talk about Trey Brueggemann, the first 5 quarters of the season, we were curious when he was going to, strike pay dirt and cross that line. And then once he did, it just felt like everything came in waves for him. Now he's scoring at will. I believe he had 4 or 5 touchdowns against Olivet. He had another, I think, 3 last week. Just a phenomenal showing these last 2 weeks since conference play has started. The transition from linebacker, maybe it took him a little bit longer than we thought it might to really get things working, but since he's gotten it working, it's adding points to the scoreboard for the Bulldogs.
And it goes to show you how deep and talented this Bulldog squad is. When Ivan mentioned a transfer quarterback from a prestigious Division III program heading up the Bulldogs, Noah Boudry is one of the more efficient quarterbacks in the country, doesn't turn the football over, makes the right plays. He's been everything and more for the Palkas. Head coach and son, offensive coordinator for the Bulldogs this year.
Yeah, he's been fantastic at finding open receivers, and I don't think anybody's been more open this season than Ethan Aberger. We've, of course, had some fun counting how many consecutive catches he's had. Don't have that sheet with me today, but what I do know is that he loves to run the out route. Boudry has shown he can hit the out route. What this Calvin defense is going to make Boudry do, find targets over the middle. Because over the middle, overthrows and tip balls lead to turnovers. If Boudry can hit his targets over the middle with consistency, not get panicked by this front 7 of Calvin, Boudry will be on fire and he'll be rolling with confidence throughout this entire game.
Yeah, Sean, and when we get into conference play, the MIAA they have big people. We play these non-conference games, and of course there are a few that match up very well. But when you get in league, you're not going to be able to really dominate the line of scrimmage week in and week out. And it's going to be a tough task for this Adrian offensive line, who's been a very good, cohesive unit. They've run the ball when they've wanted to. They've protected Boudry. It starts with their center, the senior Isaiah Simon. He's really kind of the captain of that offensive line, who's still kind of pretty young around him, too, in some ways.
Yeah, knowing Isaiah personally from my time playing, and Isaiah is one of those guys, he's a vocal leader, he's a physical leader, people follow him based on just what he does, and if he finishes a block on one play, goes all the way through the whistle, everyone else is going to do the same thing on the next play because they just seen the amount of effort he's putting in, so they follow suit.
And flipping around on that line of scrimmage, Andrew Van Dyke, the junior defensive tackle. We've mentioned Concordia University quite a bit in our broadcast because that's where he came from. Unfortunately, those athletic programs shut down. But we look at Andrew Van Dyke, defensive tackle, Liam Carey at linebacker, and both safeties with Ethan Burrows and Tim Simons from Concordia. And when you're solid up the middle defensively, you can have an elite defense, and that's what we've seen through 5 weeks.
Yeah, it goes back to the point I just said. If you can't throw the ball over the middle, you can't run the ball up the middle, it's really hard to do. It's quarterbacks struggle throwing the ball outside. Boudry has been very successful at doing that, but that's not what you want to live with because it's very difficult to make a 5-yard gain on a 13-yard throw because of how far away the sideline is. You don't want to live there. You want to live over the middle. The Bulldogs have built their center so strong on the defensive side of the ball, it's going to be very difficult for Calvin to do much.
Pre-game here between the Bulldogs and the Knights. First trip to Calvin for a football contest, and I'm going to show my age for a minute. When I was in school, this university was called Calvin College, and obviously they didn't have football. So here we are at Calvin University broadcasting a football game in their new soccer arena, sort of retrofitted for football this year. I erroneously said in the pregame interview, we're in the press box. We are not. We're between the makeshift coach's box for Adrian College and the press box, right near the fans, a very intimate setting here at Calvin. So looking forward to that one. Just the game day is a different view, and I'll do my best to paint a picture. A very unique venue today.
Yeah, it really is. It's taking up it's odd to see a turf field for soccer in general when you build a soccer-specific stadium, but you can tell that it's not meant to be for football because they've painted the lines on, so it looks a little faded for us. So it'll be interesting to see how that works.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. All right, give us a minute and a half, Tim.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow AdrianCollegeTV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
We welcome you back out to Grand Rapids, west side of the state, Calvin University, for this matchup between your Adrian College Bulldogs and the Calvin University Knights. I'm Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer alongside. We had a chance to talk with Adrian College second-year head coach, Joe Palka. We'll get to that right now. Kickoff just around the corner. Hello, Bulldog football fans on the Adrian College Sports Network. Week 6, bye week is behind us. We're here in Grand Rapids at Calvin University for the first time. Ian Went, we have Sean Whitmer, and Bulldog coach Joe Palka in his second season. And another first for this program. We're at Calvin, but we need to look back at, well, last week when nothing really happened, Sean.
Yeah, as Ian mentioned, last week being the bye week, how did the guys really prepare for that and really prep for this Calvin game?
Well, we tried to do a couple of things. We tried to get a lot of guys repping that maybe don't see the field all the time. What we did do, honestly, we went through Calvin for 2 weeks. So, it wasn't a major emphasis last week, although when we went to scout teams, we were repping against Calvin things. And then we put the scouting report in this week, and this was a normal week. But our guys are tired of practicing, to be honest with you. I mean, it seems like it's been a long time since we played a game. So we're excited to get out and hit somebody else as opposed to just ourselves all week long.
You and I talked Friday, program getting national recognition, and it is what it is. How are you dealing with that in-house?
It hasn't even really come up. I think we maybe mentioned it once, the Monday after the Albion game, and it's not anything that anybody thinks about. I mean, we're plugging away and trying to, make our best effort tonight against Calvin, who I think is a really good football team.
And one of those really good players on this really good football team, Hunter Hogan, their running back, kind of do-everything guy. Kind of shut down last week against Alma, but if he's playing well, so are the Knights. Could you kind of go through what we're going to try to do against number 7?
You know, he was a slot receiver for him last year. They moved him to running back. He's just a really talented player. They tried to get it to him on the perimeter. There's games that he's carried the ball 41 times. He did it, I think, against Heidelberg or one of the other opponents, and he gained 240 yards. So, you know, he's a dynamic player, really shifty, has a lot of burst. So he's a guy we got to corral. The other guy, too, is 18. You know, they're a tall receiver, and obviously the quarterback's a good player, too. So, you know, to me, the keys to stopping them are corralling those guys, and it starts, honestly, with the run game first.
From film I saw, they like to go quick offensively. How have you guys prepared for that defensively?
You know, we do it a lot. I think it'll always be an adjustment because we haven't played in 2 weeks. You know, they go a clap cadence, they'll go fast. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, we're a little sluggish at first with that. But it's something that we practice against all the time. So our guys, I think pretty quickly will get right back into the routine of dealing with it.
For our offense, Coach, we spoke on Friday. You want to be more balanced, but I think we're a little more run heavy. Are we going to see Noah kind of open up a little bit from the QB spot?
I think that's what we like to do, you know, to be honest with you. I mean, I just think the tone of the game last week or 2 weeks ago was one where, hey, we felt like control the clock, run the ball, we were able to do it. I think we'd like to be more balanced today, and I think we'd like to let Noah, you know, kind of take the reins off a little bit and see what he can do. So hopefully it's a balanced attack today. If it's balanced and things are going well for us, so that's what we'd like to see.
Kind of outside of football, we're playing at a football stadium, but European football. This is another first. You know, we're playing at Calvin, but they've retrofitted this for football. Is that anything you guys have gone over, or? You know, it's the same. Did you do the measurement like my favorite sports movie, Hoosiers? It's still 100 yards long.
It you know, really doesn't matter to us. I mean, we've been kind of all over the place, and you know, where we play or what we play on is really no big deal to us. The one thing we did prepare all week for was wet conditions. So, you know, we did a lot of wet ball stuff in practice and just preparing for that more than anything. But it's a nice venue. I mean, they've done a nice job with it. I think it'll be a great atmosphere. There'll be a lot of people here. I know they're touting it as a sold-out crowd. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, we welcome the challenge to pack stadiums on the road and see what we can get done.
All right, I feel like I ask you every week, and I kind of get the same answer, so I'm going to keep asking it. What's the key to get a victory today? Go to 6-0.
Well, I think the big thing is we got to slow their offense down. You know, we got to corral the run game. We have to minimize 18's plays in the passing game. Continue to win the turnover battle, I think, is a big thing. And then I think we're going to need to score points today, you know, honestly. So getting our offense into kind of high gear today will be important. The other thing, too, is weather the storm on the road. You know, it's going to be a 60-minute game. You know, they're a good football team. They'll be really good at home.
All right, that 60-minute football game is just about set to go. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer with you on the Adrian College Sports Network. One loss between the two teams, and that's for the Knights. Your Bulldogs 5-0. They're going to get the football first. Hayden Sleegers has the ball on the tee, the lefty. Placed at the 35-yard line on the left hash. He'll kick right to left, and we're underway in week 6. This will be returnable for the Bulldogs. Up the right side, there's some room to rumble up over the 40-yard line, and finally forced out of bounds. Bulldog return man Steve McCoy, a sophomore out of Toledo, gives Adrian beautiful field position to open this ball game.
McCoy read that ball really well off the kick. Knew he was able to field it, knew it was returnable, and once he started rolling, he found a hole set up nicely by those blockers along that near side of the field.
All right, so here's Noah Boudry, senior transfer in from Mount Union. His running back, Trey Brueggemann, is behind him. Now he'll move over to the right side. Trips in the formation to the boundary of the near side of the field. Ryan Bromley, the tight end, is lined up on the line. It's going to be a snap to Boudry and a run to the middle for Brueggemann. Trey gets up near the 50, pickup of about 2. Follows that Adrian College offensive line that features Bryce Keller, Jack Bush, Isaiah Simon, Joe Pruchnick, and Matthew Hall. And Bulldogs to the line quickly. Pass out to Ethan Aberger, spins through one. He's still on his feet behind the line of scrimmage, needs some blocking, gets to the 45 and now the 50, and that's a lot for a little, and there's a flag on the play. And this is coming back. Brumley looks to be the guilty party, blocking for his wide receiver.
Yeah, I believe they're going to call an illegal crackback block here, which is a little bit odd because Brumley was clearly getting himself out of the play.
No gain on the play. There's a flag.
So Adrian,
Blindside block.
blindside block. As I mentioned, we are outside today, so we're going to get every bit of every cheer and groan from the Calvin fans a few feet ahead of us. So that's a 15-yarder, and it's going to be a second down and very long. Back to the 34.
Aberger, after that play, was firing up the Calvin sideline. Seemed to have some animosity towards it.
Boy, second and 22 for Noah Boudry. He's straight back to pass. Has it complete to Braden Whitaker, and the sophomore from Dundee gets over the 40 to about the 43-yard line. So a quick third down for this Adrian College offense.
Third down and long for the Bulldogs.
Keeping the eye on Matthew Zrimek, the big defensive tackle, 94 for Calvin. Adrian needs the Knights 43 for a first down. There's going to be 4 out wide, 2 to either side. 15 on the play clock for Noah Boudry, who has Brueggemann in the backfield. Now he motions him out to his left. Knights show pressure. Here's the snap. Boudry not ready. Noah escapes the first pressure. There's a flag on this play. Boudry floats it downfield. And the Bulldogs want a flag on the pass.
Penalty on the play.
Boy, 2 flags on the Adrian offense.
Holding. Offense number 67.
They're going to get Matthew Hall, the right tackle.
And there was clear, you could have called it defensive pass interference or defensive holding up here on the sideline. Brueggemann was running his route. It was a wheel route on the sideline, and he was getting absolutely just tugged on, almost fell down onto his face with how much contact was being made.
Caden Kolonowski back deep for Calvin. The freshman Cooper Tracy to punt for Adrian. So the Bulldogs go 3 and out. It's a low snap. Nice pickup by the youngster, and that's a spiraling kick. It's going to be caught at the 14. Gets a block up to the 20 and to the 25, 27-yard line where he's finally tackled. So the Bulldogs do nothing with that premium field position. And this is the unit that Adrian fans have been clamoring about all year. It's this Bulldog defense. Got Andrew Van Dyke, Caden Merlin, Chris Jackson, and company. Nelson Fernandez getting a start at linebacker. 0-0, 13-24 here in the first quarter. Receiver goes in motion, left to right. Here's a run quickly. Bulldogs grab him and tackle him for minimal gain, if any. And that's Bennett Gildy. We're going to see a lot of Hunter Hogan today for the Knights, number 7 in the backfield. Give it a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. The Bulldogs move, and there's a free play coming. Here's a deep pass. It's incomplete. So this looks to be a free 5 yards. This will be 3 penalties on Adrian in the first 5 plays, Sean.
I think one of them could have been picked up potentially. The second one probably goes both ways, gets offset. This one was the most obvious and clear and decisive call for these officials.
Offside, defense, number 55.
It was kind of pick your poison of who it was. It was Caden Merlin they're going to get for it. Our referee today is Jason Nickel. So that turns a second down and long to a second down and medium. Call it about 4 from the Knights 34. 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Claps his hands, gives. Grabbed by Andrew Van Dyke and company right at the 35-yard line is Hunter Hogan. They're going to give him a generous 2 yards, so it's going to be a third down and a short 2 for Calvin, who goes to the line quickly. Their quarterback is Thomas Vaccaro. He's in the shotgun. Bulldogs have 4 across that line. It's going to be a run fake. Rolls to his right. Has some room. He's going to take off and get the first down by about a yard as he flew into the Bulldog sideline.
Sprints out for the first down.
I like that play there out of the Bulldog linebacker to dive out and just make contact. You know he's getting the first either way, but trip him up and don't let him step out cleanly.
Right back to the line are the Knights from their own 38. Vaccaro looking to throw. Checks it off to his running back. This is Hogan. Hogan over the 40, spins at the 44, and grabbed down by the shoulder pads by Adrian middle linebacker Liam Carey.
To Hunter Hogan.
Give him 8 yards
Good
on
for
that
6
reception.
yards.
And a second down and short for Calvin. To the line quickly. Gives to Hogan, navigating, gets into the secondary, into Bulldog territory inside the 45 to the 42. Hunter Hogan following that right side, Winton, Napier, and Wyatt Young.
First real adversity Bulldogs have seen early in a game so far this year.
Dogs still have 4 across that front. Give is to Hogan. Hogan cannot escape Andrew Van Dyke and Bennett Gildy. Gildy leads this Bulldog defense and tackles.
Hogan on the ground again, brings the ball to the 40, 2nd and 8 for the Knights.
So give Hogan 2. Right to the 40. 8 yards to go on second down. 0-0, 11 and 13 to play, first quarter. Fakara, pump fakes, steps up, gets past the line, now to the linebackers, and that is Ethan Burrows pushing him out, but not before. A first down for the Knights. Thomas Fakara doing it with his legs on this drive.
There's an age-old saying, quarterback becomes a running back, you better make sure you hit him like he is one, because you don't get very many chances to really just punish a quarterback nowadays in football. You got to take advantage of everyone.
Knights driving. It's a speed option. It's on the turf. There's a flag on the play. Chris Jackson looked to have it for Adrian. They're still fighting for it. Who has it at the Calvin 40? There is a flag down in the Knights backfield. Adrian was all over that football, but now it's a rugby scrum. Bulldogs pointing their way. No official call, and it's an Adrian College football. And we'll check the penalty. That flag came out quickly. And the official word is Adrian possession at the Bulldog 40. And they can stop wrestling now. They've already made the call. That's another takeaway for this Adrian defense, who leads the nation in turnover margin.
There is no flag on the play.
And they're going to pick up the flag.
Goes to Adrian on the fumble.
Wow. Knights moving the football. They try a speed option to the left, and I didn't grab what Adrian player was in the mix, but they read that like a book. And the Bulldogs take it 1st and 10 at their own 40.
At the bottom of the pile for the Bulldogs was Nelson Fernandez, the defensive end, number 43. Not sure if he had the ball, but he was the last Bulldog on the ground still wrestling.
Yeah, Chris Jackson had great opportunities at the football as well. So Adrian gets it on the turnover at their own 40. After going 3 and out on their opening possession. Noah Boudry takes the shotgun snap, looking left all the way, throws that way. He has his man Ethan Aberger to the 40, and he gets upended at the 50. He'll fall into Knights territory for the first Adrian first down of this game. And for Ethan, I believe that's catch 39 on the season. And he's got a name that trips up visiting PA announcers. So 1st and 10 for Adrian. They mark it at the Knights' 48-yard line. No score. 10 and 16 to play in the quarter. Aberger goes in motion right to left into the backfield. It's going to be a give off to Trey Brueggemann. Brueggemann over that left side, down to the 35-yard line, and he's still going. I know Coach Palka talked about maybe airing it out a little bit. There's nothing really wrong, though, giving it to number 2.
No, especially when he's running the football like he is. He runs with anger and violence that you don't see very often in today's football, but when you're a former linebacker, something tells me you like contact a little bit.
I mean, he's got sick flow, too. I mean, hair cascading out the back of that helmet. Bulldogs with a second down and short from the Knights' 41-yard line. Fake to Brueggemann. Boudry rolling to his right. Looks middle. Sliding grab made by Braden Whitaker inside the Knights' 35, down at the 33-yard line.
I like the Bulldogs picking up the tempo a little bit compared to the last few weeks. They're starting to move a little bit quicker. They're still making their changes and stuff like that to get the right packages on the field, but they're moving faster. They're not allowing this Calvin team to really think.
First time we're seeing Carson Schrader in the formation. Double stacks, tight to the line of scrimmage. Boudry in the shotgun. Now they're going to motion out into the Bulldog package. Brueggemann will take the direct snap. He does, and he's trying the left side. Gets a couple of blocks, meets a Knight at the hole inside the 30, and he'll get stood up at the 29-yard line. we've come to a consensus, Sean. It is the Bulldog package.
Yeah, I think it just makes the most sense, and when that's a new wrinkle to get to the Bulldog package, though. Normally they come right out and get into it. That time they motion and almost reset into the Bulldog package.
So now they trade all that beef up front to some speedsters. 2 on either side for Boudry. Lines up in the shotgun. Brueggemann off to his left hip. No score, 8:22 to go in the first. Boudry to throw. Noah looking, rolls left. Comfortable going this way, and Noah's going to scamper out of bounds right at that line to gain inside the Knights' 25. And it should be enough for a Bulldog 1st and 10, and it is.
That's exactly the point I made earlier on the Calvin drive, where I believe it was Maddox Woods laid out and tripped up the quarterback. The Calvin defense gave up on that play. They allowed Boudry to get out of bounds, and you can't do that when you're trying to disrupt this quarterback's comfort in this game.
1st and 10, Adrian, just outside the red zone. Some coordinators call it the green zone inside the 25 because that's where you make your money. And we can say that in college football now. So Boudry in the shotgun. Ball resting at the 23. Brady Raymond goes in motion. Give us to the former quarterback. Gets through one tackle. Keeps his feet going inside the Calvin Knights 20. He's marked down at the 17-yard line, and Brady is down on the turf. Oh, he's been dealing with a hand injury, Sean, and that might be what it is here. And now he's reaching toward his leg. Either way, training staff out to look at number 7 in white. We're going to take a timeout as they look at Brady Raymond. Bulldogs driving in a tie ball game. 7:29 to go in the first. I'm Ian Wendt. That's Sean Whitmer on the Adrian College Sports Network. Sports Network. Good news for the young man from Pinckney. He is up. Bad news is he's putting no weight on that left leg as he's getting helped over to the sideline. His carry of 7 yards sets up a Bulldog 2nd and short inside the Knights 20. They mark it at the 17. Noah Boudry, the quarterback, stands in the shotgun. One split out wide to either side. 2 tight ends in the formation. Brueggemann in the backfield. Give us to Trey. Trey got met in the hole. Leans ahead to the 16. Caden McCullough with the tackle for Calvin. Brings up a 3rd down and short.
Brueggemann's run up the middle stopped.
Ty Greer came in for Raymond there. Greer started the season as one of their outside wide receivers. He got he's been dealing with some injury-like symptoms, so they've been playing it safe with him. Raymond's really taken over the past few weeks, but Ty Greer, definitely a guy that can go if given the opportunity.
8 on the play clock. Bulldogs just break the huddle. Confusion at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and short. Boudry, it's a quarterback power. Stiff arms the man. He's got space to the 10. 5. Pylon. Give it to him. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Noah Boudry from 16 yards away, and Adrian strikes first here in Grand Rapids.
Great job there by Boudry. He had to fight off an immediate defender, but he gave him a great stiff arm, set him down, and did a nice little somersault into the end zone. I think the judges might have gave him 10. Scoreboard only gave him 6, though.
So with 6:23 left in the first quarter, Adrian takes their second drive down for 6 off the Calvin fumble. Snap, hold, and the kick are all good
Point attempt is good.
as Jack Boyke boinks it off the top of a vehicle in the parking lot behind that end zone. Windshields are safe. The scoreboard is not. It's Adrian College 7 and Calvin University nothing. This is Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Grand Rapids, Calvin University Soccer Stadium retrofit for some football. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer here with you.
Boyke will kick for the Bulldogs.
7-0 Adrian. First score of this contest. Noah Boudry, he's a righty. He's so comfortable moving to his left.
I wonder if part of that is coaching philosophy. Of course, this coaching staff had a lefty at quarterback last year, so a lot of their plays were designed to roll that way. I wonder if they were like, Boudry's talented enough, we don't have to change it.
Adrian goes 8 plays and 60 yards. Boyke ready for the kickoff. He'll hit a low screamer. It's going to bounce to the 25 and be fielded at the 10. Room to the 20. 25, space up near the 40, and Jack makes the tackle right at the 40. So some great field position for the Knights. That's Hudson Shoup
That'll be 1st and 10
for Calvin.
the Knights.
So both teams have had a possession with great field position. Adrian couldn't do anything with it to start the game, and we'll see what the Knights do here down 7.
Well, the Knights also had good field position after their punt return, I believe, and they ended up fumbling the ball away, so it'll be interesting to see.
Pistol formation. Hogan lined up behind Vaccaro. It's going to be a give straight through the middle. Got about 5 yards to the 45.
Hogan pushes the pile forward.
And again, this is a Bulldog defense that allows less than 30 rush yards per game.
To go for the Knights.
Calvin approaching or at that number so far in the first quarter. 2nd and 5 for the Knights. Claps his hands, gives to Hogan. Jump cut into the hole. Spins through one Bulldog tackle, but not the second. There comes Ethan Burrows for cleanup on aisle 4. And it's a loss of a couple for the Knights running back.
I think it was aisle 35 from the absolute missile that is Ethan Burrows.
Doesn't matter what aisle, he's going to get it.
2 linemen are hot on the coach here on the sideline for Calvin.
So 3rd and long for the Knights. Quarterback back to pass, overthrows Hogan as Gildy was flying in. Vaccaro and company go 3 and out. It's a great job, Sean, right? If you can't get to the quarterback to sack him, influence the throw, and that's what number 8 did.
Yeah, it was a great job by the Bulldogs to just force that throw to be really lofted. Going back to what I was saying, Hugo Vanderwall, a sophomore backup offensive lineman, number 64, number 69, Michael Leggett, another sophomore, staying hot. Wonder if they're going to do multiple lineman sets here.
Drake Irwin is the Knights punter. Ethan Aberger back to return for the Bulldogs. Takes the snap from the 28, puts his foot into it, sends Aberger off to his right. This is going to take a Knights roll, but check up into the end zone for a touchback. So wise move by Aberger. Adrian will take over 1st and 10 with a lead of 7-0. 5:15 to go in our first quarter. Boy, we had some misty rain earlier today. We've had cloudy skies, but they're starting to break a little bit. Still, I'll say mostly cloudy. Upper 60s. We've been blessed with some great football weather this season. We know it's not here for long, though.
Now we're starting to get to that time of year where football is going to start becoming an outdoor winter sport here soon.
Bulldogs looking into the sun here. From the 20-yard line, a 1st and 10. Fake the jet sweep to Aberger. Boudry throws that way. Aberger is going to get dropped for a couple-yard loss. That's Reed Vogler, 32 with the stop for the Knights.
Wonder if the Knights, how far back they went in their film study, because I believe Greer broke open late there on the deep route, and that's really what he specializes in. He's kind of their main guy for that. Curious if he'll get a look from Boudry here soon down the field.
So a loss of 2 puts the football at the 18-yard line on the left hash for Adrian College. Brueggemann in the backfield with Boudry, who's in the shotgun. They pull a couple of guys around, and Brueggemann gets tripped up as he crosses the 20-yard line. Bryce Keller and Jack Bush pulling around into the hole. As I mentioned, got tripped up after about 3.5, 4 yards. It's a quick third down for the Bulldog offense. Adrian so far 1 for 2 on third down. Knights fans getting loud. 3 receivers to the right, 1 out to the left. Boudry in the gun with Brueggemann off to his right. Brueggemann stays in the block. Boudry goes deep down the sideline. A back shoulder throw and a catch by Whitaker. Braden Whitaker up to the 45-yard line. That's a back shoulder beauty to number 16.
Yeah, Whitaker heard me talking about Greer being the deep threat, and he decided that he wanted to prove he can play downfield as well. That's great coverage from Calvin. They're manned up perfectly. They're hip-to-hip with Whitaker. Ball placement was just phenomenal from Boudry, hitting that back shoulder, as you mentioned, and Whitaker twirling to bring that ball in.
Just right along his own sideline. 1st and 10, Adrian with a 7-0 lead. 3:21 to go in the first quarter. Run fake. Pass across the middle. He went up and got that one at the 40. How about that for Braden Whitaker?
That was just a one-read key. RPO there with Whitaker breaking in over the middle. Greer was blocking on the backside. There was no other route. It was Whitaker or the run. I assume Boudry has the option to keep it himself, too, if he needs to, but he didn't need to that time.
Boy, high throw. Whitaker went up and got it. 1st and 10 AC at the 40 of the Knights. Boudry straight back to pass. Noah looking middle. Catch made by Tyler Greer inside the Knights 30 and dropped at the 25-yard line. And the Bulldogs are moving in chunks thanks to the arm of number 8.
Yeah, Coach Pelka mentioned during the pregame interview that he wanted to see some more balance. Well, Boudry is definitely providing them an outlet for that balance here.
Dogs scrimmage from the 24, leading by 7. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Boudry has the snap. Looks to Whitaker again. He's got another catch inside the 10 and the flag on the play.
Boudry to Whitaker.
Wow.
Flag on the play.
Great grab again by Braden. And if it stands, it's a 1st and goal, and it will. A PI call against the Knights.
Yeah, I think Whitaker got grabbed around the neckline, it looked, and he fought through that contact. Wow.
Pass interference, defense number 1. That penalty is declined.
Jared Nolan, one of their top cover guys, number 1, the guilty party. 2 and 10 to go in the first quarter. Adrian with a 1st and goal, so we're going to see some heavier sets. Get Whitaker out of there. Bring in Carson Schrader, the backup running back.
Knights brought in an extra defensive lineman in Isaiah Hill, and they took out the linebacker Paul Hubbard. Now they're bringing in Matthews Rimick.
Yeah, he's been out for the last few plays. Also, Adrian's Alex Dixon, the tight end, and we have a flag on the play. Adrian didn't get the snap off, but I think Coach Palka got a timeout instead. Oh, there's been, we'll keep it right here. There's been a couple break the huddle late situations for the offense, kind of confusion with either formation or personnel.
I don't think that's the case there, though. So when the Bulldogs make a change, obviously Calvin is given the opportunity to do the same. But the players have to they have to rush off the field, run on, run off. The Calvin defender that was subbing off for Matthews Rimick was walking off the field. Brueggemann couldn't snap the ball because of the Calvin defender still on the field.
Well, then Adrian started that whole process late.
But either way, the defender has to run off. It's part of the rules. He started walking at the numbers.
Well, then it's delay of game on the defense.
It should have been, but timeout was called, so it doesn't end up being a problem either way. There was also no indication of a flag coming out anytime soon from the officials, so I think they were still watching to see what was going on with all the substitutions and changes with players and such. nonetheless, Bulldogs had to burn their timeout.
Let's see what Bulldog offensive coordinator Tyler Palka has up his sleeves. Lamar Bell, the defensive coordinator for Calvin, under second-year head coach Trent Figg, playing Adrian for the first time on their home field, which will not be their home field next year. Will be a kind of across the parking lot in a couple years' time when we head back to Grand Rapids. As it is now, it's a first and goal, Adrian from the 5. Noah Boudry, the quarterback, is lining up in the shotgun with Brueggemann in the backfield. Boudry keeps it all the way, running left again, gets hit at the 3 and out of bounds there. Eerily similar to his touchdown run he had earlier in the quarter.
A little deja vu there from the Bulldog offense. Looked like the exact same play going to the exact same side, and I think Calvin was ready for it. They scripted up their defense perfectly to stop it.
Whitaker's been the guy on this drive. He's lined up wide to the right side, along with Ethan Aberger. 3 receivers out to the left. Boudry alone in the shotgun. Now he motions Brueggemann back in there with him.
Watch the RPO here from the Bulldogs.
5 on the play clock. Speed option over to Brueggemann, short side of the field. He's out of bounds, short of the goal line. And he is slow to get up. Oh, he might have got tangled up in the chains. Boy, Trey is still down.
Freeze, set. The play clock for 25 seconds. Thank you.
You just hope, Sean, you just hope that he's going to get right back up and scare everybody, and he gets right back up. He's hobbling, though, right toward that Adrian College bench area. They're going to evaluate Trey Brueggemann.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he got tangled in the chain as they're still trying to fix the chain over there. Chain really has no business being in that portion of the field with them not needing it. It's not a yard line to go. It's goal to go.
Yeah.
So there's no need for the chain to even be in that vicinity of the field down by the pylon.
Boy, so Adrian without their starting running back, at least for this play. Carson Schrader is the next man up. Number 18 in the backfield. I believe we have a Shondell Hardnett sighting, number 26. Starting running back last year. It's a power look. Schrader the deep back. 2 in front of him. Boudry from under center. Run fake. Touchdown. Ryan Brumley. Trickery from Boudry, and the Bulldogs are up 2 scores. A 5-yard floater to Ryan Brumley. Well, he fooled everybody on that one.
Yeah, that was our first Shondell Hardnett sighting this season, as you mentioned, and then everything goes away from everyone, and both tight ends were wide open in the end zone.
Choose your own adventure. And Boudry picks Ryan Brumley.
Drew Kelbert was open in the middle of the end zone as well.
Here's the extra point by Boyke. That is good. And he put it in between some parked cars. So, 43 seconds left in the first quarter. It's all Bulldogs here at Calvin. 14-0 AC. We'll be back with the Bulldog kickoff on the Adrian College Sports Network. The Bulldogs to kick it away, leading it 14-0. Noah Boudry with a touchdown run, and right there a touchdown pass 5 yards away to Ryan Brumley. Boyke with 2 extra points, 14-0. I'm Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer alongside the press box here at the Calvin Soccer Field.
Alongside 2 press boxes.
Boyke the run up and the kick. This one a little bit better. Will be fielded just inside the 10. Blocking to the 15, now the 20, 25, 30. And finally tackled just shy of the 35-yard line.
Shoop on the return.
Well, it's Hudson Shoop once again.
Line for the Knights, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Boy, special teams, Sean. Return games have been good for both teams. Both punting and kicking.
It's just been the offenses and defenses that have really shown up. Calvin on that first defensive drive did a great job. Bulldogs have been great on defense all day.
1st and 10 Knights. They scrimmage, and this snap is low. It's picked up, though, by Vaccaro. Rolls to his right. Catch made up at the 40. And there's the man we've been waiting to mention, Luke Mitchmerheisen. And the Heisen part of his name is the notable one. Every bit of, 6'7", 6'8" at receiver. Gain of 8 for number 18. It's going to be a run for Hunter Hogan, trying the Bulldog middle. Not too much to go, but he's going to get that yardage just enough. Squeaks up to the 46-yard line.
Hogan inches forward for a nice first down. 2-yard gain on the play.
And that's going to be the final play of our first quarter. And your Bulldogs lead the Knights by a score of 14-0. We'll be back with quarter number 2. This is your home for Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Went, Sean Whitmer alongside for week number 6. Bulldogs and the rest of the MIAA enjoying a bye week last week. Through 15 minutes of play. First drive not great. Next 2 were fantastic for this Bulldog offense. Defense showing up as well with a takeaway in that first quarter. Quick reaction of the first 15.
Very good defensive, as I said, from both teams there. Calvin showed some really good life on that first defensive drive for them, forcing the Bulldogs to punt, but there was some ticky-tack calls that really hindered the Bulldogs offense. Bulldogs offense has been rolling great since, and really haven't seen much phenomenal play from the front 7 of either team. Bulldogs front 7 has played standard.
Vaccaro looking to pass. Bulldogs collapse the pocket, so he rolls out to his right side, and that's going to be a reception made by the Knights tight end right there. That is 85.
Pass complete to Bauma.
That's Paul Bauma. 6'4", 225-pound sophomore. Bulldogs in that first quarter, 21 plays, 151 yards. Knights, 13 plays for just under 40, and this is a bottled-up job in the backfield, but getting free is Hunter Hogan over the left side. Tripped up after a pickup of 8 as he's down to the Adrian College 40.
Good enough for a Kelvin. First down.
Hunter Hogan does a great job there at reading what he needs to do, bouncing off tacklers, bouncing out of the hole, and finding and creating a new one.
Here comes Maddox Woods on the blitz, and he's nearly got him, but the QB throws it away just in time. Thomas Vaccaro lives another down. And look out for Maddox Woods on the blitz.
Intended for Anderson.
I like the Coronas Davis Luke Mitchmerheisen matchup here. Height, speed, pretty much similar. No one's as tall as Mitchmerheisen on this Bulldogs defense, but about as tall as you can get for a Bulldog corner.
Coronas Davis playing with that taped up left arm and hand area. QB takes, rolls to the right immediately. Flips it out there a little high and incomplete, out of bounds, looking for Hunter Hogan. So a quick 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Knights.
That looked to be almost a rollout screen. Everybody downfield wasn't looking for the ball. They were looking for the man they were going to block. Only player looking to receive that was Hogan, and a couple linemen squeezed over there as well. So Mitchmerheisen was just staring at Davis, ready to block him the whole play.
So 3rd and 10 for Calvin, opening minute in our second quarter. 2 receivers on either side. QB waits, moving over to his right, directing traffic. Here comes Woods, floats it over the middle, incomplete. looking for Mitch Verheisen. It was low as they have a quick whistle to let people know that Maddox Woods cannot play the next play. But he did a nice job on third down, forcing Vaccaro out of the pocket.
Great job on third down. Great job on, I believe it was first down when he blitzed the last time, causing those errant throws. Might not get credit for a sack, but people are going to know you did your job.
Knights are going for it here from the Adrian College 40. Wind in their face. They need the Bulldog 30. Adrian shows pressure, and they bring it. Snap is high. Vaccaro grabs it anyway, floats it out to his left side. Receiver not ready, and the Knights turn it over on downs.
Pressure got home once again. This time Andrew Van Dyke powered his way through that offensive line for the Knights and got right in the face of Vaccaro. 3 plays where Vaccaro just didn't have time to set his feet and make a clean throw. It's caused him 3 incompletions.
Shout out Chase Barbosa as well, the Adrian College physical linebacker. So the Knights turn it over for the second time today. First one was a fumble. This one on downs. So 13:46 left in the half. Bulldogs with the lead, 14-0, and the football. 2 receivers stacked to the right. Boudry is going to give it out to Carson Schrader. Schrader trying that right side. There's nothing there. But maroon helmets. Tackle for Carson Schnerstein. Number 2 out there for the Knights. Actually gives Schrader 1 yard. So notably no Trey Brueggemann, at least to start this drive.
No, and I haven't seen him working anything out there on the other sideline quite yet. Of course, across the field, a little difficult to see.
So 2nd and 9 for AC. Boudry, shoulders shake, throw across the middle. Brumley lowers the boom on a Knight defender, leans ahead to the 47-yard line. Couple catches for big number 6 for the Bulldog offense, one of them being a touchdown.
Brumley loves to run with power, and he likes to lower that shoulder when he gets the opportunity to. As a little surprised we're still seeing Carson Schrader here. Shondell Hardenet being healthy, maybe you work him in as a little bit more of a shifty back on some of these situations.
15 on the play clock. Bulldogs shifting into position. Greer and Aberger lining up to the left. They're still waiting for the play with 6 seconds. Adrian gets set. 3, 2. They take the snap. Give us to Schrader. Schrader cuts it up inside. He's going to be a yard or 2 short. In fact, they won't give him anything on the 3rd and 3 run. So a 4th down and short upcoming for the Bulldogs.
Brought down by Cox.
The way your defense is playing, I wouldn't mind either option here, Sean. You'll punt it and pin him deep, or go for it, and we're going to see the Bulldog punt unit. So both defenses making stands.
We've seen some phenomenal punts there in the pregame workout for Cooper Tracy, the young punter for this Bulldog team, 6'3", 200 pounds.
Just a freshman. He's standing at his own 32-yard line. Oh, it's a Bulldog fake. The upback's got it. And the first down. Here's Carson Schrader at the Knights 30, 25, 20, 15, down at the 11. You could punt it. You could go for it. Or you could fake it, and your backup running back could take it 40 yards for a first down.
Stumbles all the way down to the 11-yard line.
Boy, Trent Fig is beside himself. He's yelling at anyone that'll listen. Well, he's yelling at the head linesman. So the Bulldog offense back out there. It is a 1st and 10 at the Calvin 11. A fake punt. Direct snap to Carson Schrader. Boudry looking right. Throws this man Aberger at the 5. He's down inside the 5 to about the 2, maybe the 3.
I'm not sure, but I think he just went down. He was still fighting.
Boy, right inside that 5-yard line. Tough catch there for Aberger. It's a 2nd down. They'll call it about 2. Boy, we got these soccer lines out here. It can be kind of confusing. Boudry alone in the shotgun. Sends Schrader in motion. Run fake. Boudry's going to keep it. Scampering, sliding, shifting into the end zone for another Bulldog touchdown.
Scampers in for another Bulldog touchdown.
That's 2 via the legs, 1 via the arm of Noah Boudry. and he has officially been unleashed.
Yeah, came into this game looking at the Calvin staff calling it the Maroon Monsoon. I think Boudry's trying to call it the Boudry Bowl as he's going berserk here early. That rushing touchdown there made the defenders look a little silly. Great blocking up front, but Boudry had to juke out 2 of them on his way in.
So Boyke will kick from the opposite side as he did in the first quarter, and he is just as good from that side as he kicks it over the facility used for locker rooms for the Knights. And that is not a friendly sideline I'd want to be on in maroon and white, as Coach Fig is still beside himself as a Carson Schrader fake punt rush sets up Adrian with the 1st and 10 at the 11. Noah Boudry runs it in. It's Bulldogs 21 and the Knights nothing. This is your home for Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network. On the Adrian College Sports Network, we have trickery here at Calvin. A fake punt from inside their own 50, picks up 40, and eventually a touchdown. 10:43 left in the first half. It's Adrian College 21, Calvin University 0. Here's the Boyke kickoff. This one with the wind somewhat at his back. It's going to be fielded right at the goal line. Room to the 10, the 15, speed, and he's belted at the 25-yard line. 29 on that kick return. Paul Hubbard, freshman out of Southfield. Again, it's still an overall young roster here, Sean, for Calvin. Second-year varsity program. We're still going to see a lot of youth for these Knights.
Looking through their 2 deep here, it looks like they only have a handful of seniors.
Hunter Hogan out of the lineup right now. Nick Earls, the backup running back, is in there. Vaccaro's going to run. He's going to slip and fall at the 25-yard line. CU gets credit for that Bulldog tackle. Tell you what, who's had a nice game, Sean, is 97, Andrew Van Dyke.
He's creating a lot of pressure up the middle, exactly what you want to see. That's the shortest pathway to the quarterback.
Second and long for the Knights. It's going to be a run left side. Liam Carey there to greet him over the 25 to the 29-yard line. Earls with the carry.
For the Knights.
So Knights go quickly. It's quickly a 3rd and 6. Knights down 3 scores, under 10 now to go in the first half. From the shotgun, they need their own 35. Earls the man in motion to the right. Looking, steps up, looking for room. Cannot evade Bennett Gildy, but the second effort will give him the first down over the 35 to the 36.
First down.
Vaccaro seems to be getting a little antsy there in the pocket. He's not taking his time no matter if pressure is there or not.
So Vaccaro picks up the first down. Here comes some pressure. Chris Jackson nearly got home. Rolling to his right. Nowhere to go until he checks it down to his wide receiver. Number 3 for the Knights right there, Alexander Minahan.
I believe it's going to be McCoy Baxter, actually, number 3.
Oh, was it Baxter?
Believe so.
Yeah, that's what the PA guy said. I'll go with that. Pickup of 2. Knights to the ball quickly. It's going to be a run. Earls left side. Gets through 1. Up near the 45-yard line. Just following that left side. Left tackle Andrew Berg, number 72. 3rd and short for the Knights. Bulldogs have 4 across the line. And they got Adrian to jump. Vaccaro's going deep. Mitch Verheisen, it's incomplete. There's a flag on that play. So we'll take the PI.
The intended receiver.
Certainly the 15-yarder versus the 5-yard offside.
Yeah, and I don't think it was pass interference at all.
Dorsey did look to be turned around. I mean, that'll be his argument. Either way, it was a Knights first down.
Not only that, both guys are hand fighting all the way down the field. You can't throw the flag on one and not the other in a situation like that.
That penalty is declined. Pass interference. Defense number 1. 15-yard penalty.
So as I mentioned, they will accept the pass interference. That's exactly what you want if you're the Knights, right? Get Adrian to jump early, get the snap off, and then throw it up to your 6'8" wide receiver. And get a PI call. 1st and 10 now for the Knights at the Adrian 41. 8:45 to go in the first half. Earls with a run to the left, navigating, not a lot there, maybe half a yard. Steven Moreno, one of the first there for Adrian.
Earls on the carry.
They're wearing their all-white jerseys today. Black numbers, black on the shoulder pads.
For the Bulldogs.
Black numbers. Bruiser's paw on the helmet in gold. 2nd and 10 for Calvin. Recaro looking right side. Mitzverheisen with a catch and a quick tackle from Maddox Woods right at the line to gain. And if it's close, it's about a yard short. I was going to say if it's close, they give it to him.
Bulldogs just caught a break. Caleb Dubowski had broke open over the top. Nobody covering him.
Recaro in the shotgun. Give us to Earls, literally pushed ahead by his quarterback to the Adrian 30 or 31. It should be enough for a first down. They only needed a yard. But they haven't moved the sticks yet. They're saying 4th down. Oh, that's not a good spot there, Sean. I know we're broadcasting for Adrian. He at least had the 31. Boy, Coach Fig is on the field arguing his case.
Well, me and you have mentioned we don't see the chain game anymore.
And now they're going to flag Fig. They've had enough, the Calvin coach. And look, I'm going to side with the guy wearing maroon here. That is not a great spot. And the stick is right at the 31. So, I mean, you have the chains. Bring him out and measure, right?
Result of the play is a first down. After the play is over, unfortunately, Calvin coach, 15-yard penalty.
All right, so they changed the call to first down. And then the flag on Fig is 15 yards the other way. I mean, I never saw a first down indication, did you? I saw a 4th.
So from what I was seeing on the field, there was still some discussion happening between a couple officials. The two side judges were in disagreement. One was saying hold, one was saying go. And Coach Fig didn't give a chance. This line judge on his side was saying that it was held, that they didn't get the first. And he seen that and overreacted. If he would have let it play out, they get the first and not lose 15 yards.
So it is a 1st and 10 for Calvin. They'll scrimmage from the Adrian 46-yard line. Adrian up 21-0. 7:21 to go in this half. Here's a run to Earls again. Gets popped low by Coronis Davis after a pickup of 4 yards to the 42.
Nick Earls on the carry.
A little confusing. If it's 1st and 10 and you get a 15-yard penalty, it should be 1st and 25 if my math serves me right. Not 1st and 10, just 15 yards deeper.
Let's consult the rule book. It's a run fake to Earls, throw to the flat, catch made, first down Knights. Into the waiting arms of number 0, Caleb Dubowski.
Dubowski on the reception.
Calvin might have got away with another one there. It looked like Mitch Merheisen was blocking more than 3 yards downfield.
From the 35, Earls the run. He's going to get grabbed and thrown down at the 32. We've seen no Hunter Hogan in the backfield on this drive.
I haven't seen him hot either. Hot, of course, meaning standing next to a coach that can sub him in. I haven't seen him next to any coaches on the sideline.
He came out on the kickoff. So it's a 2nd down, and we'll call it 6. Recaro, pressure, hit, sacked, back at the 42-yard line. It's a party at the quarterback. One of the Bulldogs in there like a flash is number 63, Eric Bush.
I feel like a broken record here, but Calvin is just getting away with a lot of these minuscule things you're just not allowed to do. Bulldog defender was being blocked, and the Calvin running back, number 27, Nick Earls, tried to chop block a man while being blocked, which is highly illegal, and very dangerous.
3rd and 17 for Calvin. Bulldogs bring some pressure. Here's a throw caught short by Mitch Verheisen. Grabbed and held on for dear life as the big man got to the 36-yard line of Adrian College. And Liam Carey, one of the Bulldogs right there. So 4th and 10 for the Knights. They're going to go for it. If you go for it from your opponent's 40, you're going it from the 35. They need the Adrian 25. 5 and 14 to go. First half, 21-0 Adrian. Vaccaro with the shotgun snap. Here comes some Bulldog pressure. Checks it down short, caught at the 30. He gets hit by Burrows. He didn't get it. Calvin turned aside again. Earls with the catch short of the sticks. And that Adrian College secondary holds strong. And with 5:02 to go in the half, the offense hits the field again for the black and gold.
That drive there for the Knights had a lot of confusing things, a lot of penalties called, and a lot of penalties missed that were easy to see up here in the booth. Obviously, different challenge for the officials on the field.
We're not in the booth, Sean. You told me this, remember?
You're right. We're between two booths.
Yes.
My apologies.
The rain has held off so far. This Bulldog offense has not held off. It's a run fake to Schrader. Boudry, a pop pass, has Ryan Brumley at the 50. He's grabbed by the ankles as he crosses into Calvin territory.
Brumley on the reception.
You've been waiting for that play for a while. A little pop pass to the tight end.
Not necessarily who I expected to be at quarterback for the pop pass I've been waiting for, but I'll take it nonetheless. Nice RPO, quick tight end pop there.
So no Trey Brueggemann still on this drive. It's been Carson Schrader who had the big fake punt run on the last Bulldog touchdown. Boudry sends Aberger in motion. Now he goes back to his left. Run fake to Schrader. Boudry throws it to Schrader, and it's off his hands and incomplete. He had some tight coverage out there. If he would have caught that pass, 34, Caden McCullough, the linebacker, was right there for Calvin.
Yeah, and Schrader, big in size and stature, but he would have been absolutely popped if he had caught that pass, and he wasn't seeing it coming at all.
So, quick injury update that I can see. Adrian, wide receiver, Brady Raymond, in his uniform still, but on crutches on the sideline. Still have yet to see Trey Brueggemann re-enter this contest. Adrian breaks the huddle with 8 on the play clock. 2nd and 10 from the Calvin 46. It's a run all the way. No, it's a fake. Boudry going for Whitaker. He's grabbed down the field, and there's a flag. Pass was high. Whitaker went up to get it. And some PI coming up against the Knights. Just waiting for the back judge to call it. With the referee on the far side of the field. Threw that flag about 30 yards.
I know the people at home can't see me.
I'll paint a picture, Sean. Paint a picture with your words.
So I got very animated there for a moment because my thought process, if you're going to call Quincy Dorsey for pass interference on Mitch Verheisen on the previous drive, that was a lot more egregious over there on the other sideline. It was so delayed for the flags to come out. I was concerned that things were not going to be looking very friendly here.
They looked at each other and said, are you going to throw it? Are you going to throw it? So a 1st and 10 for Adrian. Catch made by Whitaker. Got through one tackle. Stretches ahead to the 28, maybe 27 of the Knights. Again, first trip here to Calvin on the football field. Just imagine how long this maybe alumni-based community wanted a football team here at Calvin. They finally have it. Beautiful venue here for some temporary stuff. I know they're going to build something state-of-the-art here nearby. 3:42 to go in the first half. Adrian up 21-0. Noah Boudry directing. Aberger left to right across the line. Boudry has the snap. Noah looking left. Rolling that way. Stops. Has Greer across the middle. He's got it. Greer at the 15. There's some speed and space. Touchdown. Bulldogs. Boudry to Tyler Greer from 27. And it's 27-0. Bulldogs.
Greer catches that over the middle and just does a great job at breaking the one-arm tackle and shedding it into open space. Once he gets into that open field, it's a punt return at that point. You're reading your blocks and you're seeing nothing but green grass. You just need to take it while you can. Greer, of course, one of the faster wide receivers on the team. He takes advantage of every single yard that they'll give him.
And Noah's going to get yelled at in film on that. He threw late across his body in the middle of the field with such good arm strength from number 8. Here's Boyke's extra point. It's good. And it's over that building, as we mentioned earlier. Bulldogs up 28-0. 3:22 to go in the first half. This is Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. And Sean Whitmer here at Calvin University. We might hit 70 degrees today. Cloudy skies now as we saw some break in those clouds earlier in this quarter. Jack Boyke with another kickoff, and it's all Bulldogs here in the first half. 28-0 over Calvin.
Boyke will kick.
Hudson Shoup deep for the Knights. The run up and the boot by Boyke. This will be returnable by Shoup. Inside the 5 at about the 2. Going straight up the middle. Oh, and he gets walloped at the 20. What a huge hit that time. McGuire Boyd, number 46 on your roster. Was it not 46?
I believe it was 48.
Is it 48?
If I'm not mistaken here, I believe.
Boy, Shoup is
That would have been
in a hurry to get up. He's getting looked at the 20.
I think that was 46 Jack Malcolm.
Wow.
Or 48, mind you, Jack Malcolm.
My goodness. Hope Hudson Shoup is okay. Full head of steam. Just met at the 20. Good, he's up. He popped up. Flips the football back to the official and jogs off the field. So good to see that. Your grandparents would say got his bell rung on that. He looks to be okay. They're obviously going to check on him after a hit like that.
Let me tell you, I'm really hoping you're correct and I'm wrong here, because if that was Jack Malcolm is a 6'6" tight end. If he hit him with that much speed, I'd be very concerned.
I thought I saw 46. McGuire Boyd, linebacker. Either way, put it on a highlight reel. As the Knights have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. Look out! Chris Jackson in the backfield for another Bulldog sack. Like a flash comes 91.
Jackson on the sack for the Bulldogs.
Jackson, who played defensive tackle in seasons past, he screamed outside there around the edge. They didn't need him to play D-tackle anymore, so he's...
2nd and 16 for Calvin. Here comes some more Bulldog pressure. They run a screen, but there's Liam Carey, and there's a flag in the backfield, probably for a late hit. Carey with the heads-up play at the linebacker.
Brought down at the line of scrimmage.
So if you're going to look at something, Sean, that's been not good for the black and gold, it's been these penalties if this indeed is called a foul.
One thing to note here, something we've been seeing in other leagues around football, if a rusher is getting around the outside of a tackle, they'll take an open hand and smack them across the helmet. That is illegal. It is illegal hands to the face. And we just seen that there on that past play with Andrew Van Dyke.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 72. The penalty be half of the distance to the goal. Corrected. 2nd down, Calvin. Penalty is on the offense.
Oh, so the penalty is on 70. I thought he said defense. Good call, Sean. 72, the left tackle, Andrew Berg, called for the personal foul.
Yeah, he took that open hand. They ran an X stunt. Jackson flashed inside, Van Dyke to the outside, and the offensive tackle just took his open hand and smacked Van Dyke across the helmet, which stuns you as you'd expect. You just got smacked in the face at full speed. Van Dyke went stumbling almost into the ref's lap, so the ref threw the flag. And
Yeah. Well, I saw Jackson in the backfield and the quarterback down, so I thought late hit, but good eye by the lineman up here in the booth, outside the booth. 2nd and long for the Knights. Earls is still the running back. Here comes some more pressure. It's batted in the air and nearly intercepted. Chris Jackson have himself a drive. 91 Jackson, 97 Van Dyke have been eating all afternoon.
Brings up 3rd and 23.
I believe, I can't tell if that's 51 or,
For Adrian?
I believe it is 51, Josh Britt. That's who was in on that hit on the quarterback that you thought was Chris Jackson. It was 51 instead.
So it's a 3rd and forever for Calvin. It's going to be a run right through the middle for Earls. Lowers that helmet, gets popped at the 10. Or just short of the 10. And we'll see a 4th down and long with 2 and 32 left in the half.
For a short gain.
Adrian College has 2 timeouts left. They might be saving them here for the other side of the 2-minute timeout.
A little confused there why everybody was standing around looking to the sideline for the Calvin offense. It is 4th and 21 from your own 9. I don't think you're going to go for it.
We're also not looking for a fake punt in this situation.
You never know.
No, I know.
It's the MIAA. We might see something crazy. Could also be a bad snap that turns into a faked punt just on a fire drill.
And with that, we have hit the 2-minute timeout here at Calvin University. 2 minutes to go in the half. Bulldogs leading the Knights 28-0. I'm Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer on the Adrian College Sports Network. Back out to Grand Rapids. Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer between the booth with you here at the Calvin Soccer Stadium, the temporary home of the Knights football team as they complete their brand new football facility adjacent to us here today. 2 minutes left in the half. Adrian College up 28-0. And the Knights spread everyone out on this punt formation. It's Drake Irwin, the Knights punter. Now they'll switch back up into more of a protective look. He's going to take the snap 6 yards into his own end zone. Good snap. Decent punt. He's going to take a Knights bounce. Abiger scoops it up at the 45. Abiger with a block to the 40. 35-30, 25-20. There's a flag on the play away from everything as Abiger is down inside the 20. Sean seeing block in the back.
Irwin's punt returned by
Or a hold.
Aberger.
That's tough. That's 20 yards away from where the play's going. But I guess you don't know that in the moment.
Things were just so congested, but the hand signal there is an early indication we might get holding here. Aberger wants punt return so bad, and he hasn't been able to get them. We've seen it on his reception earlier where he changed fields, just how bad he wants to work with the ball in his hands.
During return, holding. Return team number 20. 3-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, Adrian.
So a 10-yard from the end of the kick to number 20. They say that is Cedric McCants.
That's
going to put it right where Abiger caught the punt at the 45.
Which I don't think is correct because I think he got all the way down to about the 25 from...
Why are they marking it from where he caught the punt? Isn't that from the foul?
It should be a
Shouldn't
spot
it be
foul,
from 10 yards
which
from
would
the foul?
still be
It was at
only
the
on
30.
the 40. I don't know why we're back.
I don't know about that. No. There was nobody around the 45 where Abiger caught it. Either way, 1:46 to go in the half. Knights showing pressure. Bulldogs run behind it as Carson Schrader backs his way to the 46-yard line. See if the Bulldogs want to go here. Use some tempo. They will.
And for all the Bulldog fans and Brueggemann family and friends, he has been running up and down on the sideline.
Boudry looking to throw, goes up to Whitaker. He got it inside the Knights 30. What a great grab by Braden Whitaker.
From Boudry.
Oh my goodness.
First down, Bulldogs.
Paul Hubbard was all over him. They're going to scrimmage from the Calvin 26. Noah takes, Knights bring pressure, throw it up, and he nearly made the catch, tiptoeing that sideline. What do they say? Throw it up there, 16's got to be out there somewhere. It's Braden Whitaker putting together a great first half.
Yeah, Braden Whitaker's down there somewhere. That's
it, yes.
They're using Braden Whitaker the way you'd expect Calvin to be using Luke Mitchmerheisen so far in today's contest.
7 catches, 105 yards, averaging 15 a catch for Braden Whitaker. Noah Boudry with a second down and 10 for Adrian. Knights bring pressure again. Throws the other side. He's got his man Aberger inside the Knights 20. He's out of bounds at around the 15. They'll give him about the 17-yard line. That's a tough throw to make there for Boudry. He made it look easy.
Boudry over 80% completion percentage so far in this game, and big rule of thumb for completion percentage around football is 70% means you are one of the best at your position. How about 85?
Minute and 1 left. Clock stopped when Aberger went out of bounds. 3rd and 1 for the Dogs from the Knights 17. 28-0 Adrian. Bulldogs looking for more before the half ends. Checking in is Blake English, the wide receiver, and they need to burn a timeout anyway.
Timeout, Adrian.
Well, the operation issues there for the Bulldogs, and Coach Palka has to use the timeout right there ahead of a 3rd down.
Smart for the Bulldogs to just use the timeout. I mean, you have 1 minute and 1 second left in the first half. You're in a great situation to work with things here. It's field markers are saying 3rd down, scoreboard's saying 4th, so we're going to go 4th down. 1 timeout left for the Bulldogs, but this is a key situation here. Do you want to just trot out your kicker and go up 31?
It's 3rd down. The Whitaker incompletion on the sideline, and then that Aberger catch. I don't think there was anything in between there. So I believe it is 3rd down.
I think you're right. I believe that sounds correct. I don't know why our scoreboards got messed up down here.
I don't know. If it were 4th, Boyke's got the leg from this distance. So a 3rd down and short. Still no Trey Brueggemann, but you mentioned Trey's up moving around on the Bulldogs sideline. 3 receivers out to the left, tight to the formation. Whitaker alone to the right. Schrader in the backfield with Noah Boudry. Aberger in motion left to right. Give us to Aberger. Needs a block, and he scampers toward the line to gain. I think he got it right down to the 15-yard line. What a gutsy tackle by Carson Schnerstein.
1 yard gain on the play.
Nearly stopped Aberger behind the line.
Brings up first down.
So Bulldogs moving here. Clock starts right now, 54 seconds, and we have an official stoppage. What do we have here, an injured Knight? Oh, we do have an injured Knight. Good eye by the crew. Paul Hubbard, slow to get up. 29 in maroon. He's going to limp quickly, though, back to the Knights sideline.
Which I believe under a minute to go in the half. Shouldn't that have charged a timeout to the Knights?
Yep. That's how it will happen. So the Knights forced to use a timeout. Our first blunder from the official today. Called him Calvin College. That was okay a few years ago, not anymore. We're going to step aside for 30 seconds. Bulldogs up 28-0 here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Adrian College Sports Network. Bulldog defensive coordinator Chad O'Brien just watching his offense go to work. Tyler Palka, the son of head coach Joe, drawing something up here. It's a 1st and 10 off the injury timeout to Paul Hubbard for the Knights. Dogs up by 4 scores, 53 seconds to go in the first half, and they're looking for more here down to our left. Still no Brueggemann out there. Maybe we'll see him in the second half. It's been Carson Schrader in the backfield with Noah Boudry. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Boudry with pressure. Schrader stays in the block. Boudry for Aberger. Got it! Touchdown, Bulldogs! Ethan Aberger, left side pylon. Noah Boudry, have yourself a first half, young man.
How about that one for Ethan Aberger? The smaller wide receiver goes up and gets it. Great ball skills through the air as he's running a nice out route. Once again, something the Bulldogs seem to do all the time.
Just a strike from Boudry to Aberger. Nice blocking inside by the lineman and also Carson Schrader. And the extra point for Jack Boyke is true, just like he's been all the first half. It's 35-0 Bulldogs. We will keep it right here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Looking at our numbers, talking with Joe before the game. See if we can unleash Noah Boudry just a little bit. How about 225 passing yards for the Bulldogs starting quarterback? 1 touchdown to go with that. 18 of 21. 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing one as well. I mean, what more can they ask for? 2 rushing. This guy's all over the place, Sean. He's got 5 touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, 18 for 21, really the numbers that stand out to me. Just hasn't let the ball hit the ground today.
He's got me all befuddled here. I don't even know what I'm talking about. 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing for Noah Boudry. 225 through the air and 27 on the ground. 47 seconds remain in this half. And Boyke sends one down. Nice to see Hudson Shoup out there. He's going to eclipse the 25, get near the 30, but he does not get to the 30-yard line. Bulldogs special teams unit comes up big right there.
It looks like number 7 has taken the field once again as Hunter Hogan's back out there. Perfect timing for the Knights, as if you're going to try to score, you want a receiving back on the field, and the former wide receiver can receive the ball. About as good as it gets.
Yeah, it took the last couple drives. Spent time on the sideline. So Vaccaro with 41 seconds and timeouts to work with. Going to his left, looking to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Gets past 1, dives for Calvin, first down to the 39-yard line.
First down.
So clock will stop momentarily as they reset the chains. And now they're going to go. 30 seconds. Vaccaro steps up middle. He meets the Bulldog defense. Luckily held on to that football as the Dogs were collapsing.
Taken down the line of scrimmage.
Number 95, Jarrell Stevens in there. He's in on the rush again. Throws, caught. Mitch Verheisen just over the 40, and a quick timeout by Trent Figg as Mitch Verheisen went to the ground to catch that ball. Give him 4 on the reception. 6 seconds to go in the first half, Sean. And Knights looking for some sort of points here to end the half. Do you just see how far your QB can let it go, or you try some of that hook and ladder, throw it back and forth kind of thing?
You have a 6'7" wide receiver. You are a little bit out of range for most quarterbacks to make that throw all the way to the goal line. But I think if you want to go to anybody here deep, it's going to be Mitch Verheisen. And right now, everyone else is taking the field. Mitch Verheisen and Vaccaro, the last ones to do so, still getting words from their coach.
Offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach Ben Dixon for the Knights.
Mitch Verheisen has seemed slow off the line here today, so if I'm Dorsey, who's going to be matched up with Mitch Verheisen, I'm playing deep as he seems to be doing so.
Burrow and Simons, the deep safeties for the Dogs. 3 showing on the rush. Here's a pass. It's low and incomplete. Only took 4 seconds looking for Mitch Verheisen. Vaccaro just, he felt pressure with Adrian rushing 3 and a spy.
The spy immediately went into blitz. It ended up being Bennett Gildy there, as showed spy for a moment, but ended up going.
Should be the last play of the half. It's going to be a run for Hunter Hogan. He got a couple to the 46, and that will do it for the first 30 minutes of play. Things weren't perfect to begin, but they got better as time went along, and your Adrian College Bulldogs have a 5-score lead over the Calvin University Knights, 35-0 here in the first half. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer will keep it up here for just a moment. Our quick takeaways from the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs have played phenomenal. It's just been a great day for this Bulldogs team the whole game, as they've gone up and down the field without really any issues. That first drive they had quite a few issues, but it was all due to the penalties that they were getting.
Right.
And then
what happened was that the defense has just done what they've done all season. Right? I mean, just shutting down this Calvin offense that's shown some ability. Now, they kind of took it on the chin a couple weeks ago to Alma, but you thought maybe, you're back home, you had the bye week, chance to kind of right the ship, and this Adrian defense said, not today. This defensive line has been very good. They haven't given Vaccaro much, if any, time to throw the football.
No, and we kind of expected that from the Bulldogs defense, right? This defense they bend, but they don't break. And today they've barely even bent. Realistically, they have been all over the field. They've been screaming up and down, and it's looked phenomenal.
It is good.
That it has. Let's get a quick scoring recap for the Bulldogs today. First Bulldog touchdown drive was 8 plays, 60 yards. Started at their own 40. And that turned into a... Oh, you have it, don't you? You have the printed version. That was the Noah Boudry touchdown run, 16 yards away. There we go. I'm on the right page. Captain 8 plays, 60-yard drive, 424. Then Noah Boudry threw a pass to Ryan Brumley, 3 yards away. The Boyke kick was good. 9 plays, 80 yards for that drive in 434. Then Noah Boudry ran for 3 yards for another touchdown. 6 plays and 60 yards, 303. Noah Boudry passed to Tyler Greer for 28-yard score. Boyke's kick was good, made it 28-0. 5 play, 72-yard drive in a minute 40. And then a 59-second drive, 6 plays, 55 yards. Ethan Amberger from Noah Boudry, 15 yards away. Boyke's extra point was good, and your Bulldogs lead it 35-0. 14 in the first quarter, 21 in the second. We're going to step aside for our halftime break. Then we'll be right back here in Grand Rapids, Calvin University, where your Bulldog football team leads the Knights 35-0. With Sean Whitmer, I'm Ian Wendt. This is Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV.
Waiting for us. And thank you so much. Halftime here at Calvin as the Bulldogs lead the Knights 35-0. A huge first half for Adrian College quarterback Noah Boudry through the air for Noah. He has been sensational. 18 of 21, 225 yards, 3 first-half touchdowns, a long of 28. He also ran the ball 4 times, 27 yards, and 2 scores for Noah Boudry. So, I mean, I talked to Coach Polka Friday. We talked this morning or afternoon, whenever it was, before this contest. And we talked about, maybe opening up things for Noah Boudry. And if that's what this team's going to look like with that scenario, you have to like it the next 4.5 weeks if you're a Bulldog fan. Noah looked great in the first half.
Yeah, he really did. And, of course, you mentioned 18 for 21. For those at home that don't feel like doing math, that is 85.7% completion percentage. Just been a phenomenal game for Boudry. You add in his rushing capabilities, and it looks like a great game for him. And then you take into account the way the defense has played. Everything is working in favor of the Dogs right now.
Right, and again, not to overshadow this elite Adrian College defense. I mean, the Knights did a little driving on their first possession, but they were turned aside. And really, since then, Calvin has done next to nothing offensively. 57 rushing yards, 57 passing. They've been turned over on downs a couple of times. They fumbled the football away. And this Bulldog defense picked up right where they left off through the first 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, the defense has been one of the best defenses in the country, and I mean, they held their hats pretty well against a Division I FCS program, so you could say they're one of the best in all of football as of right now. A defensive unit that bends but doesn't break is usually considered a great one, but a defensive unit that doesn't even bend, not sure what you can call that.
All right, quickly looking around at the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. Game took place on Thursday in Olivet as Trine University went north to beat the Comets 59-7. Other games in action today, there are 2 more around the league. Alma leading Albion down south 34-21. That's the halftime score between the Scots and the Britons. Mid-second quarter in Holland, nearby Holland from us, 28-0 Hope over Kalamazoo. So there you have it. That's your MIAA look around for this week 6. Every team got the week off last week. Don't want to look too far ahead, but we're going to right now. Next week for Adrian, they come back home. Big matchup with Hope College. Hope ranked in the top 25. Bulldogs receiving votes. We'll see where they are at the end of this weekend. But that has conference implications all over it. I mean, Hope with that heartbreaker to Alma a couple weeks ago. They want to stay in the mix to get the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And to do that, you would think they'd have to beat the Bulldogs. And look, if you're Adrian, you want to keep things rolling. Put yourself in the driver's seat for the MIAA title.
The Bulldogs, they hold their own destiny in their hands at this point, and at the end of the day, it is going to come down to next week. That's going to be a very big matchup. No matter what the implications of this week hold, that matchup will be maybe the biggest in all of Division III football next week.
You have to look around the country, but, I mean, yeah, the way Adrian's playing, they've certainly been a story. Not just regionally, but nationally, thanks to their Week 1 win at Valparaiso, as you mentioned before. A win against Hope next week would firmly cement them as one of the best in D3. Quick, Adrian, next schedule. So we have the Hope game at home on the 25th. We're at Kalamazoo, so a trip back out west on November 1st. Those are both 1 o'clock kickoffs. And then on the 8th, home for the Border Brawl Trophy with Trine University on the 8th. And then Adrian finishes up the regular season at Alma, a 1 p.m. kickoff on the 15th of November. And if Adrian and Alma hold, those are the 2 undefeated teams left in the MIAA. You look at the conference standings. Adrian and Alma 2-0, Trine 2-1, Calvin and Hope are 1-1, Olivet 1-2, Kalamazoo and Albion both 0-2 on the MIAA campaign. A couple more notes for this one. The Knights, if they were to find a way get a W today. This will be their second ever conference win, and their last one was their first one. It was a home game here against Kalamazoo, 24-16, and the Bulldogs are looking to go 6-0 to start the season since 2011. That team went 7-0 before 2 losses, and then 1 to end the season with an 8-2 mark. So, a couple of notes for the contest today. Sean, what are we looking for here in the second half?
Bulldogs just need to keep doing exactly what they're doing. I would be interested to see how early we see bench players start to trickle into the field. Of course, you want to keep your starters healthy, but at the same time, now is a chance where you can play against different competition and try out some things that you're going to want to try in some of these later, more competitive games down the road. That being said, Calvin's going to bring it. They aren't going to lay down. They aren't going to they ain't going to throw in the towel. They are going to do everything they can, and despite the way it looks, they have had some significant drives. They've shown some heart. They've shown some effort, and they've shown some life. The Bulldogs have just stomped it out as soon as they get close to that red zone.
That's right. This Adrian College defense has shown up here in Grand Rapids. It'll be them first as Jack Boyke will get us ready for the third quarter. Our engineers today, Tim Ambrose and Sean Whitmer. He's also doing the color commentary. My name is Ian Wendt. Thanks for tuning in on the Adrian College Sports Network as the Bulldog football squad leading Calvin 35-0. Bulldogs in their road white jerseys will kick off from our right to our left.
First time they wear the all-whites since Valparaiso.
Hunter Hogan back deep for the Knights.
Back to receive for the Knights.
Also number 4, Gage Jones for Calvin. His kick is high, and it's going right to Hunter Hogan and fields it at the 2. To the 10, 15. Gets through one, but not the rest of the Bulldog pack at the 20-yard line. And that's where the Knights and their quarterback, Thomas Vaccaro, will get things going here for our second half.
For Calvin to start the second half.
One of the smaller returns we've seen today is Hogan looked like he had some grass in front of him, but the Bulldogs kick-off team ran down the field, and they really just planted some of the return members from the Knights, creating holes for their teammates to run through.
2 in the backfield along with Vaccaro. He's going to give off to Hogan. Hogan trying that right edge. There's flags all over the place. This one might be coming back.
Hogan on the carry for the Knights. 15 yards on the play. Flags in the
So
backfield.
15 on the initial rush. Every indication would be it's coming back. Well, that's a blindside block on Luke Mitzverheisen. Hard to hide from a penalty if you're number 18.
I mean, yeah, you're 6'8". It's very difficult to hide up there, and when you are towering over every other player on the field, every official on the field, and he might start getting taller than the goalposts over there here soon.
Temporary goalpost for this season for the Knights. We're looking at a 1st and 20 from their own 10-yard line. It's going to be a run fake. Pass into the flat, catch made by Hogan. Got through one Bulldog, reversing field to his left. Now knifing through to the right. Hogan through an ankle tackle. He's breaking into some open space over the 30 and the 35-yard line. Best play of the day for the Calvin offense. And that's just get the ball to number 7.
First down.
Great effort there from Ethan Burrows, but I want the officials to start watching the sideline there. Post-play, a couple of Calvin players started taking some shots towards Burrows. Nothing too egregious, but definitely something to keep an eye on as the game continues.
This will be a run into the waiting arms of Caden Merlin. That run that time for
on the ground for
Slagers. Caden Slagers, running back out of Ontario, California. He's in the backfield with Hunter Hogan. 2nd and medium for Calvin. The running backs collide in the backfield, and it's going to be the cornerback, Vaccaro, keeping it and leaning ahead for half a yard.
Vaccaro keeps
broken play like that, you need your D-line to make a bigger play than just getting back to the line of scrimmage. You want to see them in the backfield wreaking havoc. Just shows the great blocking of the offensive line there for the Knights, able to hold this stellar Bulldog D-line back.
And credit to Vaccaro for holding on to that football. He's going to look to throw here, 3rd and medium. Bulldogs rush 4. He's flushed out to the right. Looking deep down the sideline. It is tipped by Ethan Burrows and nearly a highlight pick along the near sideline. One of the best in terms of interceptions in the nation is Ethan Burrows.
And the Knights surprised to see. Of course, with the Knights punting, everybody's changing, but if the Bulldog defense would have had to stay out on the field, I would have expected a new defensive line. All 4 guys were just gassed out there after those 2 long runs.
35-0 Bulldogs. Just about 90 seconds gone by in the 3rd quarter. Here's the punt away. Aberger calls the fair catch and makes it right at the 20-yard line off the foot of Drake Irwin, the Knights punter.
Punt is fair caught. Aberger.
So we're going to see the Adrian College offense. First time in the 3rd quarter. And Sean, there's no easy way to put this. We've seen 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string, 5th string guys in there in some blowouts in favor of Adrian. So you have to wonder at what point do you go to the bench if you're Coach Palka. We're going to see the starting 11 out there for Adrian minus Trey Brueggemann in the Bulldog backfield.
Looks like 22 standing back there.
Steve McCoy. So McCoy will get the 3rd quarter started. And he's going to get the first carry. Through a little bit of a crease, he leads ahead to the 25-yard line. And I don't think, even if Trey were good to go, Sean, I don't think we'd be seeing Brueggemann again today.
No, the wise decision is to basically give him another week of rest and wait just until next week before you want to see him back out on the field.
Going to need him a lot against those Flying Dutchmen next week. Bulldogs with a 2nd down and 5 from their 25. Tyler Greer, the man in Mo, that's a different number 1. It's going to be a fake pitch by Noah Boudry. Good discipline by that the Calvin linebacker right there. That's number 2, Schneerstein making the play on Boudry.
That was Tyler Greer in motion. The only 2 number 1s are Quincy Dorsey and Tyler Greer for the Bulldogs. So haven't seen Dorsey on offense yet.
Not yet.
And Greer is a little bit taller.
All right, Sean, I get it. Message received. So 3rd down for the Bulldogs here. 1 receiver split to either side. Boudry's going to fake the run. Pass downfield for Whitaker. There's a flag on the play. Nearly made the catch. And we'll wait to see what happens here. We have pass interference, the indication.
This is slowly becoming a laundry bowl here in this game. The amount of penalties we've seen.
Four for 45 for Adrian. 4 for 47 for Calvin. And the Knights are going to get a few more onto this. I don't think it's a full 15. There'll be a spot foul at the Adrian 43.
Of course, the rule in college is that it's a spot foul unless it's deep down the field, and then it's a 15-yarder.
So Adrian set up 1st and 10 at the 43. Boudry takes the shotgun snap, fakes left, rolls to the right. Looking deep. He's got Aberger inside Knights territory at the 42-yard line as he got escorted out of bounds by the Knights defender. Reed Vogler with the tackle. Number 32, the safety.
Aberger there all but escorted himself out of bounds. He started stumbling before he even caught the ball. Surprised he held on to it, but great focus there to complete the catch and see it into the ground.
1st and 10 Dogs. 11.5 to go in the 3rd. Here's a run play. McCoy to the 40, and that's about it. Maybe the 39. As the sophomore from Toledo, Ohio, with a pickup of about 2.
For a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
2 on the rush for McCoy. Carson Schrader has been running back 2, but he played a lot in that 2nd quarter. 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs Boudry in the shotgun. Knights bring pressure. Throws to the right. Open is Whitaker. Spinning at the 30. Makes a move at the 26. To the 20. He has a couple of defenders to beat. One of them finally did as Whitaker sets up a 1st and goal. Bulldogs at the 9. Wow.
With the way Whitaker's been playing, he's always open for Boudry today. Great job there, flashing the numbers, showing that he was open, makes the catch, sees it into his body, and then turns upfield. He runs the curl route to such perfection that it almost creates 5 to 6 yards of space each time that he runs it.
Caden McCullough with the tackle. Saved a touchdown, but the Bulldogs are on the door again. Knocking on it. Boudry fakes the give, and he gets swallowed up in the backfield for really the first negative play for the Adrian College quarterback.
Play call there is to run exactly what we've seen them run to succession earlier for the last 2 touchdowns Boudry got. This time, though, the Knights were expecting it, and they brought pressure right into the face of the run.
From the 12, it's 2nd and goal. 9.5 to go in our quick-moving 3rd quarter. First possession for Adrian in the 2nd half. Boudry steps back, throws it. Aberger nearly made the catch at the 5. It's batted away from him by Caden Kolanowski.
And I think if the consecutive catch counter hadn't been broken, I think it would have been right there. Unfortunately for
3rd and goal for the Bulldogs.
It was a high throw. Of course, each guy will take blame. Aberger will say he should have caught it. Boudry would say he could have got it better. Pass off. So here we go with 3rd and goal.
37 in the ballgame for the Bulldogs right now.
Blake English in the slot to the left. Along with Greer and Whitaker. Boudry rolling to the right. It's a run all the way for Noah. He's stopped just inside the 10-yard line. One of the Knights over there. Schoenstein, number 2. So Noah gets a couple. And we'll see the field goal team trot out as Jack Boyke will get an opportunity for 3 instead of 1, which he's put through the uprights 5 times today.
Looked to be a speed option there on that last play for the Bulldogs, and Boudry decided to keep it himself as the Knights took away the pitch man early.
42 on the hold. Number 30's kick is good. Jack Boyke puts it through on the hold by Brody Moore. And Adrian College scores on their first possession here in the 3rd quarter. Expands their lead. It's 38-0 Bulldogs over Knights. This is college football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Right back here in Grand Rapids at the Calvin University Soccer Stadium, their temporary home, as they build a football stadium adjacent to where we are now. Jack Boyke's field goal makes it 38-0 Adrian College, and this is Boyke's better kick. It's going to be fielded in the end zone by Hunter Hogan. Hogan over the 20 and dropped at the 24, where it will be a 1st down for the Knights. 46 for the Bulldogs. McGuire Boyd, one of the special teamers in on the play.
That was one of the worst parts of the game for the Bulldogs there in that first half, is the special teams play. With the amount of good returns we've seen from the Knights, they seem to have made the adjustment and are closing up all the gaps on kick return, or kickoff for them.
Hayden Sleeger's in the backfield for Calvin. Give Hogan a break. Quarterback feeling the heat, and he is thrown down after he got the pass away. Bulldogs 51 in there quickly. That's Josh Britt. the sophomore from Grand Blanc.
Bert's been flying up the middle of this game so far, and
3 to the left, 1 to the right. It's going to be a run through the middle, and that's going to get over the 30, about the 32-yard line for Slagers.
Slagers pushes the pile forward.
As we get near 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, that last Adrian scoring drive took 4 minutes, 45 seconds. They go 10 plays, 71 yards. Some confusion on the snap. Ricardo going deep, and it is out of play, incomplete. There is a flag on the play for what looked like an offside, and that, I think, is what they're going to get Steven Moreno on. Yep.
Sometimes that silent snap can get the defensive line a little confused, especially if you're not used to seeing it or hearing it, and that's exactly the type of snap that Calvin goes with.
Yeah, that's got Adrian a couple times today. Nelson Fernandez checks in, the senior from Orlando, Florida. Under 8 to go in the third. Run fake, pass, through the hands of Coronas Davis. He had visions of 6 the other way, but just an incompletion for a 2nd and 10.
Fortunately, only also has one hand, so he had to go for the body catch there.
That's true.
Davis with the deflection for the Bulldogs.
Didn't have a chance at, seeing that in with his hands the way you're taught to.
So 7:50 to go in the third. 2 receivers right, 1 left, and they give it to the running back Slagers, who gets dumped by Bennett Gildy. Beautiful job by that Bulldog short side linebacker. They call that playing to the boundary, right, Sean? If you're on the right hash for the defense toward the sideline, that short side of the field.
Yep, you got boundary side and field side.
Bulldogs bring in another defensive back. Ricardo looking to run. Got through the Bulldog pressure, and a first down for the Knights as he crossed the 50. Jumped at the 49-yard line by Tim Simons.
Ricardo scrambles forward.
That's been something that 13's been pretty good at today, is running that football when he's been under pressure. Knights use tempo, 1st and 10. Slager with the handoff, and he's dumped in the backfield for a minimal loss. Well, they must be really giving Hunter Hogan a breather. He's been kind of their guy offensively.
2nd and 10 for the Knights.
You don't want to run him into the ground. So he's taking some time off. 2nd and 10, they call it for Calvin. Dogs rush 4, and he nearly gets out, and he throws the pass away toward Luke Mitzmerheisen. Liam Carey and company providing pressure on Vaccaro.
Love to see the amount of defensive line changes here for the Bulldogs, just keeping your guys fresh. Those are the guys that can disrupt the game Those are the guys that can disrupt the game better than most, and the fresher they are, the better they are.
Eric Bush, one of those fresh legs, one of the young defensive tackles. 3rd and long for the Knights. Bulldogs bring pressure, and they get home. They drop him in Knights territory back at the 45-yard line. It was a party to the quarterback. Pick your numbers, Sean. It was a bunch of Bulldog helmets in there.
35 and 95 were the 2 that got there first. Jarrell Stevens and Ethan Burrows almost sandwiched Vaccaro, and it was a classic car crash there in the backfield.
Yes, it was. Boy, Chad O'Brien and Ron Shields have to love that play on 3rd down. Knights will punt, 4th and 15. Here's Irwin's kick. It's a high kick. Look out. Bulldogs shouting whatever word it is to get away from that football. It's going to take a slight Calvin bounce and a flag at the end of the play at the Bulldog 29-yard line.
And that'll likely go against Aberger for unsportsmanlike, I'd imagine.
So that punt goes about 23 yards in the air, bounces at the Bulldog 30, and everyone's yelling poison or get away, whatever their word is. Aberger didn't do that and got in the mix. We'll check the call.
After the play was over, personal foul, return team, number 3. 15-yard penalty, which is half the distance of the goal.
So it's a 15-yard penalty, which equates to half the distance to the goal. Not sure why we had to say that. So penalty at the 30, Boozer to the 15, which is half the distance to the goal.
Same difference, really. Yeah. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato.
No, those are very different.
You know, they sound different, but you spell them the same way, so they're the same word.
5:42 left in the third quarter. Ian Wett and Sean Whitmer here at Calvin University for the first time for this Bulldog program. He's been playing football collegiately about as long as you could, dating way back. Calvin's second year as a varsity program. 5:42 here in the third. 38-0. Bulldogs with the football backed up at their own 15. Noah Boudry in the shotgun. Greer in motion left to right. Noah fakes the run and throws to Brumley, the tight end in the flat, up to the 20, near the first down yardage. As Ryan Brumley's had a nice afternoon, including a touchdown catch.
Like to see that little flat right there from Brumley on the...
Second down for the Bulldogs.
On the play action, you see it a lot where the quarterback will fake it and he rolls with a quick two-step roll to his dominant hand, Boudry's case right side, and he just sees his big tight end open up in the flat. About as close to a triple option as you can get while still passing the football.
One of Adrian's starting running backs last year is in the game now, Shondell Hardnett. Boudry feeling the pressure. He's going to get wrapped up. He's going to get sacked inside the 15.
On the sack.
Caden McCullough
goes down in the backfield
with the tackle for the Knights. And one of very few negative plays for not only Boudry, but this Bulldog offensive line.
Yeah, an electrifying play up the middle. He broke free. It looked like it might have been a stunt from that defensive line as the Knights are making another really slow change, and they're going to chew this clock all the way down to 6 seconds.
That's so funny. 4 on the play clock. Boudry with the snap. Going to Aberger, and it's picked off. Intercepted on the far side of the field. Carson Schnerstein.
With the interception. First down.
And that, in week 6, is Boudry's first interception on the season.
Second mistake really this year. He had that fumble last week. He had the interception now. And he's trying to attack Aberger on the out, and I said it in the pre-show. Those are the hardest throws to make on the field. That's why right there. He needed another yard of air, and Aberger gets that catch. Unfortunately, he just put too much zip on it.
Carson Schnerstein with the INT. Gives the Knights great field position at the Adrian 27. This is a run to number 7. Hunter Hogan, left side, gets through one in a second. He's in the red zone as he's scampered out of bounds at the Bulldog 19.
9 yards.
Some backups, majority backups have trickled in here for the Bulldog defense. I only really see Burrows and Woods. Looks like Liam Carey might be the only other starter out there.
Second and short for Calvin. Here's a run for Hogan. Needed 2, and he's right at near the line. Nothing official yet. No indication of first down.
Hogan pushes forward for
looks
1
to
yard.
be about half a yard or a full yard short. So third and short for Thomas Vacara, Hunter Hogan, and the Calvin Knights. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. 38-0, Adrian College in front. Just a field goal here in the third quarter. Sends a man in motion, does Vaccaro. Gives to Hogan. There's some company in the backfield. He's going nowhere. Ethan Burrows finishes off the Calvin running back right there, and he's slow to get up at the 29. He eluded the first couple of tacklers, but Ethan Burrows doing his job.
A little correction there for you, Ian. He went somewhere, just not the correct direction.
Yeah, he did.
8 yards is about how far he went, and Now a field goal.
Calvin to try this field goal. It's number 99, Logan Knapp. 3 from 43. Snap is low. Good hold. The kick is off the crossbar and bounces through. It's good. 2:35 to go in the third quarter. 38-3. And in a moment of first for this Bulldog team, Boudry's first interception. It's the first field goals Adrian allowed this entire season.
Yeah, and it looked like it almost got blocked from the Bulldogs there as they had a player coming through the middle and off the edge, fingertips away from making a electrifying play for the Dogs. Calvin is down 5 touchdowns here, and as crazy as it seems, it's not out of question for them to claw their way back into this game.
See what this Bulldog offense has in store. We've seen some of the second teamers on defense. Got to keep your eye out for that onside kick possibility. Quick update from Albion. Late third quarter, 41-27, Alma over Albion. Hope at the half leads Kalamazoo 35-0. Right here we have a 38-3 score. Adrian College in front. Ian Went and Sean Whitmer between the press boxes at Calvin University Soccer Stadium.
Also a game that went to half at 35-0 is this Bulldog and Knight matchup here.
Teams have traded field goals in the third quarter. Here is the kick. It's short. Fair catch called for by Carson Schrader. He makes it at around the 25-yard line. So they didn't want to kick it deep. Give the Bulldogs not great, but not terrible field position.
I think this is the time where you keep your starting offense on the field and you really just put your foot on the metaphorical throat of the defense and the opponent here, and this is where you choke them out and you go for the win.
First and 10, Adrian College.
Well, interesting for Calvin, a guy that made a lot of difference for them defensively. Caden Bolduc, not on the field. Linebacker number 8. This is going to be a Bulldog run for new running back in the game. Not new to the season, Tyler Morgan getting the carry. Caden McCullough with the stop. Got a yard on the play. So no Trey Brueggemann. You hope that he's okay to play, and you also hope you don't need him here in the second half.
He was running at full speed on the sideline back in the second quarter, so I imagine he's okay to go. It's more of a let's save his legs.
So 2 tight ends lined up in an H-back position, Ryan Brumley and Alex Dixon. Boudry's going to throw this way, caught by Braden Whitaker, and his big game continues as he's thrown out of bounds, and there's a flag.
Boudry's pass complete.
Whitaker got picked up and slammed down at the 35.
Yeah, that's going to be 15 extra yards, and it's unfortunate to say, but there has been some unsportsmanlike moments here in this game between these two teams.
After the play was over, personal foul, defense number 6.
That's Brady Jacobs,
First down.
one of the defensive backs for Calvin. So 15 the other way, as Whitaker has 9 receptions, 147 yards. He's yet to find the end zone, Sean, so I don't know if he can qualify for your player of the game selection. We'll see. There's still
another
time.
Player also has 5 touchdowns on the game.
Well, that's true, yeah.
All 5 touchdowns on the game.
It would be Bulldog quarterback Noah Boudry directing traffic. 14 on the play clock. Whitaker lines up to the left, guarded by Jacobs. Boudry will give it off to Morgan. Morgan scampers through the hole, down to the 40, and it's a Bulldog 1st and 10. Knights say the ball popped out. They'll say he's down. Follow Matt Hall and Joe Pruchnick, the right tackle and right guard.
12 yards on the game.
So good work by Morgan. Again, a freshman out of Toledo. Bulldogs want to recruit Northwest Ohio, obviously Southeast Michigan. First and 10, Adrian at the 37-yard line roughly. Morgan gets the carry this time, trying to bounce it out right. He does. Morgan cuts upfield, gets a block to the 20, and he's out of bounds right around the 15. Good piece of running by Morgan. Good blocking on the edge.
I think he hit that Calvin defender so hard that a piece of his mouthpiece hit the turf.
Ball be spotted at the 12-yard line, first and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Good running by Morgan. It's one of the smaller running backs that Adrian College features, and he's not a little guy either. 5'8", $181. I mean, he's got 6'1" and 6'2" in front of him on the depth chart. First and 10 Bulldogs. Give us to Morgan. He gets met in the hole, spun around, and finally dropped. First one to greet him is Carson Schnerstein. He's had a nice game for Calvin on the defensive side.
Morgan on the carry.
And that will be the final play of our third quarter. Teams trade threes in the third. Adrian College football leading Calvin 38-3. We'll be back with the fourth. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer on the Adrian College Sports Network. Right back here in Grand Rapids, Calvin University, at their soccer stadium, painted and set up for football this season as they're building a new facility sort of across the parking lot from here. So for now, Ian Wendt, yours truly, and Sean Whitmer, nestled in between two press boxes, about, 20 yards from a loudspeaker. But that's okay. We're glad to have you. Bulldog football right here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 38-3. Adrian leads this contest, and they're looking for more to start the fourth quarter. Sean, Noah Boudry made one mistake. Otherwise, superb. 22 of 28, 290 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, 2 on the ground with the 1 INT back in the third quarter.
Yeah, Boudry's been stellar. I like to see him coming out for the fourth quarter. It's one of the first times that we've been able to say that this season. I think he's only done that 3 times through this being the 6th game of the year.
Adrian averages 46 points per game. The Knights allow 22.4. Boudry looks for Whitaker. He's there on the sideline. Incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hold it through the ground. And Whitaker nearly cemented himself as player of the game. But Braden stays at 9 catches, $147, and no touchdowns.
A little selfishly here, I'm looking for a potential player to interview next week, and this Bulldog football team is giving me so many options.
Yeah, they are. Now, do you go defense or offense?
Well, my first choice is going to be whoever my player of the game is, but of course you also interview athletes. So,
all right, 3rd and 10. Morgan tries the right side. He's inside the Knights 10, near the 5, just short of that. So decision time for Tyler Falca, the offensive coordinator, along with his dad, Joe.
The 6-yard line. 4th down and 4.
And they're going to send out Boyke to try the field goal. Don't mind that. Keep the clock moving. You're up 5 touchdowns, 5 scores, so make things more difficult. Try to tack on 3 points here. Brody Moore is the holder. Bennett Gildy has been the snapper this season. Snap and the hold and the kick all look good. And that's because they are. Boyke tacks on 3 more.
Boyke's kick is good.
Did he get a car on that one, Sean, on the follow-through?
He did not. It bounced into the ball boy out there.
Oh. Well, set up for soccer, the nets to catch him don't go as high as a typical football net would. So Boyke gets 3 more up on the board, and the Bulldogs have eclipsed the 40-point mark here in week 6, 41-3. Jack 5 for 5 on extra points. 2 for 2 on field goals.
Yeah, going back to what we were talking about there before that third down play, of course, I'd love to interview my player of the game, but there's a chance you get that interview the day before me. So
right. You can ask him different questions. Well, the Bulldogs up big, and they're pumping it up on the sideline. Of course, the Docking Stadium anthem on Saturday afternoons. Shout out JK. PA man, Jake Krasaniak. Here is Boyke's kick. It is high, and it is returnable from around the 10-yard line. Oh, nice tackle just over the 25 to about the 24 again. Adrian's number 14 credited with that stop. Luke Stento on the Calvin Knights return man. Is that 2 Carson Schnerstein? He's all over the place.
I believe it would have been number 2.
Oh, Slagers. Thank you. The offensive number 2.
Not the 5'11", 205 sophomore linebacker.
You don't think so? There's a pass out to the left side, and the catch made over the 30-yard line. First real time we've mentioned Seth Anderson today, and there's an injured Bulldog behind the play. So they'll run out and check on 91, Chris Jackson.
Please reset the play clock to 40 seconds.
That's not what you want right now. So they're looking at the left leg. Hopefully it's cramping for CJ.
I think with the level of urgency he was telling the training staff to get there, that's exactly what it was. Yep. When you're injured, you normally don't have the wherewithal to be like, hey, I need you guys to hurry. You're focused on the pain. When you're cramping, it's, I really would like some water and a breather, please, faster.
Help. Yeah, help. So Jackson walking off under his own power. Starting lineup mostly for the Adrian College defense.
Pretty much all the way up the middle. The corners are different. D-line looks the same.
Elijah Hayward in the game at corner. And we're seeing Tabari Triplett as well. Played a lot last game against Albion. Here's another pass identical to Anderson. About the same result as he gets escorted out of bounds after a Calvin first down.
Anderson out to the Calvin 45-yard line.
So the Knights moving the football here, early fourth quarter. 41-3 the score. Vaccaro, the quarterback, he hands it off to his running back, and he's going to fight for a couple extra yards. That is Leighton Kolk, number 20. We've seen quite a few running backs for both teams here, Sean, carrying the football.
Yeah, that's a 6'2", 220-pound bag, taking a page out of the Bulldogs book there.
And he's hurt. Reaching for that left leg. Well, a good 5-yard run.
Calvin College. That's their first time out of the hat.
Oh, that's the second blunder by the head referee. Calvin College, he says, called the timeout, but nonetheless, then the PA guy says University of Calvin. All right, Bulldogs leading here 41-3. Going to keep it right here for a moment. 13-10 to go here in our fourth quarter. That last drive that Adrian had to score that field goal, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. They go 8 plays in 69 yards. The shortest Bulldog drive today, 4 plays to begin the contest as Kolk is being helped off the field. Adrian's offensive possessions, 4 plays, a punt, 8 plays, touchdown, 9 plays, touchdown, 6 plays, touchdown, 5 for a touchdown, 6 for a touchdown, 10 plays, field goal, 8 plays, and a field goal. They have not scored on 1 possession. I feel like I'm missing a punt in there. Oh, I'm missing 1. They did have a 3 and out here in the second half. So 2 drives, empty. You'll take it.
3 times the punt unit's been out, though.
That's a good point. Here's another run. There's Liam Carey greeting him in the backfield. May have fallen ahead for a yard. That's Nick Earls in there again. It's kind of the RB2 option for Coach Trent Figg.
Forward, 1 yard gain on the play.
Hunter Hogan listed as their number 1 running back. 12:49 to go here in the fourth. Third down and a short 5. Just inside the Bulldogs side of the 50. Here's the snap. Bulldogs bring 4. Vaccaro rolling to his right, looking to use his legs. He's going to be right near the sticks. I think he has a nice first down. He's done that a couple times today, getting the first down with his feet, unless they marked him a yard short. Nope. Okay. Boy, the judge right along the sideline had him short, but every other official says first down.
That's good for a Knights. First down.
So they will move the chains. Applause from the fans. To the line from the 44. 2 left, 1 right. Give is through the middle. Boy, Andrew Van Dyke just reached that Bulldog paw out and slowed down the running back Earls till his teammates could help finish the play.
27, Nick Earls, the ball carrier.
Andrew Van Dyke, I mean, he is
for 2 yards.
A coach's dream, like physically. Like, this is what you want your defensive tackle to be. 6'5", 300 pounds, difference maker. Second and long for Calvin. Here's some pressure. Throwing it up top to the far side, and there's a catch made inside the 20. Luke Mitchmerheisen goes up and gets it. Vaccaro had just enough time to throw it over the Bulldog defensive back.
First down.
That was 17. Elijah Hayward in coverage.
I'm surprised with the mismatch that Mitchmerheisen has created. They haven't done that more.
Bulldogs bring some pressure. They do it once more. Pushes off. Touchdown Knights.
Vaccaro to Mitchmerheisen in the end zone. Touchdown Knights.
That's a very iffy call there. Once again, Knights could have easily been called for a push-off, and Mitchmerheisen's second time getting away with a potential penalty that should have gone against him.
So the touchdown drive for the Knights is quick. Makes the score 41-9 here with 11:04 to go in the contest. Logan Knapp will step in for the extra point. Snap is good, hold is good. Bulldogs nearly block it, but the kick is up, and it is good. So with 11:04 to go in this one, Bulldogs still lead it big, 41-10. This is Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Right back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Our engineers for this afternoon's football game, Tim Ambrose and Sean Whitmer. Sean doing color commentary today with yours truly, Ian Wentz. Adrian College football. Dogs lead it 41-10 as Calvin scored their first touchdown of the contest. Calvin goes 8 plays and 75 yards in 2 minutes, 54 seconds. And this kick will bounce at the 3 and roll into the end zone for a touchback. Bulldogs didn't want anything to do with that.
That'll be a touchback.
So we'll see the Adrian offense again here leading 31-point differential. 11:04 to go. You know, the tough part, you know, Sean, sometimes if you get a contest like this in a league, you can't really go to your twos because there's a big discrepancy when you get in league play. When we were playing, Teal or Manchester, we were holding steady. And MIAA play, this is a good football conference, so I don't mind leaving the starters out here. 11:04 to go. Boudry waits for the call from the sideline. Noah relays to his offensive line. Has Morgan in the backfield. The give is to Morgan. Morgan knifing up to the 26-yard line. Maybe the 27.
Morgan, the ball carrier, brought down.
Thinking back on it, in the pre-show, Coach Palka had mentioned that he wants to strive for a little bit more balance, but it's hard to do that when you are running out the clock so much.
It's true.
Late in the game.
Well, the Bulldogs have run the ball 27 times, and they've thrown it for 29. Make that 28 rushes, 29 passes. Boudreaux with a second down and long. Noah rolling to the left, being chased. Gets through one at the 20. Scampers out of bounds, shy of the 30. Avoids a big hit. Picked up a couple. And a quick third down here for the Bulldog offense. Adrian on third down tonight, 50%. They are 5 out of 10. They're 1 for 1 on fourth down today. That, of course, the fourth down fake punt by Carson Schrader. Third down and 7 at the 28-yard line. 10 on the play clock, 9:52 now left in the fourth. Trips to the right. Calvin fans getting loud. Knights bring pressure. Boudreaux to the middle. There's room for Ryan Brumley. First down at the 35. Lowers the shoulder and gets flipped over at the 44-yard line. Knights brought some all-out pressure from the offensive right side. And Brumley slipped out, made a nice catch.
I had mentioned earlier that throws over the middle are really going to be what opens up this offense for the Bulldogs. And Brumley's been their favorite target in that short to intermediate range across the middle. No drags or anything from the wide receivers, really. A couple quick hitches from the outside receiver every once in a while. It led to 2 catches for Ty Greer along with a touchdown.
Brumley 5 catches, 43 yards. Run for Morgan. He's met in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Got stood up.
Morgan brought down in the backfield.
Loss of 2 back to the 41.
Looked as if Morgan was trying to draw a penalty there and maybe take a little bit of a tumble so that he could get the Knights for a unsportsmanlike conduct, but both Knight defenders in there were holding him up to make sure he couldn't fall over and potentially get the whistle.
So clock is moving, 8.5 to go in this fourth quarter. Tune into our post-game show where Sean selects our player of the game. The all-important selection. Second and long for Adrian. It's a throw out to Morgan. It goes off his hands. Incomplete. The Knights had that covered up well if he would have caught that pass. Caden Kulinowski shadowing the Bulldog running back.
Third and long for the Bulldogs.
Nice to see Morgan become the defensive player as soon as the ball left his hands, understanding that it could have been intercepted really easily and it probably would have been 6. So he became the linebacker and knocked the Calvin defender off his feet.
Third and 12 for Adrian. Knights blitz. Boudreaux got through it. Some room to run for Noah at the 50. He's right at the line to gain, and I think he got it. And he thinks he does too as he looks back at the sticks. And there's a couple Calvin players slow to get up who ran into each other, and Boudreaux at the Calvin 45.
12 yards.
Noah got exactly the yardage needed. Now the concern for the Calvin defense.
Might have gotten half a yard more.
I think it's Kai Hanog, number 0 for Calvin. Sophomore linebacker from Weatherford, Texas. They're looking at him. Bull step aside, 8:09 to go in the fourth. The Bulldogs with a 1st and 10 and leading 41-10. Actually, hang on. He's up. We'll keep it right here. They do that more often than not. Good to see him up. He's getting some major help to the sideline, though. The right leg not doing so good. Kind of an awkward collision between those 3 players, 2 Knights and the Bulldog, Boudreaux. Noah needed 12. He got 12 and a half. The Bulldogs continue to look good on third down. Boudry 10 carries and 46 yards unofficially. And that third down conversion makes Adrian 7 out of 12 today. So Adrian breaks the huddle, comes to the line, leading it 41-10. Bulldogs 5-0 this season. The Knights 4-1. Boudry takes, fakes, goes middle. Whitaker makes a juggling catch for a Bulldog first down to the Calvin 34. Well, if Noah could lead him a little bit, he might still be running.
Yeah, Noah had pressure in his face there, so he just got the ball out a little bit quick, maybe quicker than he needed to. So when you rush the throw, you're often more inaccurate. Be interested to see if the Bulldogs are going to go with that bunch look that they've been going with so often in this game. Haven't seen it in a little while, but
looking for the play along the sideline. 5 on the play clock. Here's the snap. Going to be give to Morgan. Morgan through a seam, through the Bulldog lineman and up to the Calvin secondary. Goes number 28. That's a run of about 14 and a first down to the Knights 20.
Carry for the Bulldogs, good for 10 yards.
So it's been the Tyler Morgan second half. Trey Brueggemann in street clothes on the sideline. Under 7 to go. Morgan again, following his blocks. Left side, Morgan into the Calvin secondary. First and goal AC as he is down near the Calvin 5.
So Boudry actually has 3 reads on that play. He can give it, keep it, or he can throw it to Aberger running a little bit of a bubble screen behind the other 2 wide receivers in that trips look. Adds an extra wrinkle to the offense.
Morgan, now Adrian's leading rusher, 9 carries and 60 yards. First and goal, Bulldogs. Give us to Morgan. Follows his blocks. Trying to get that pylon of the Knights, string it out, and make a nice tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Caden Kolanowski led the charge for the Maroon.
Well, Morgan's trying to make sure that Boudry's not the only person to have a rushing touchdown on the game for the Bulldogs.
It's normally a Trey Brueggemann situation. He's out, got hurt in the first half. Kind of a situation where the score was such where you don't really need him. Clock rolling here, 5:38 to go, fourth quarter. Bulldogs up 41-10. Whitaker lined up to the right side. Greer to the left. Tight ends tight to the formation. It's going to be a run fake. Going for Whitaker. Contested grab at the goal line. Oh, they say he caught it outside the goal line. His feet were in the end zone, but he caught the ball at about the 3-inch line.
It's the right call there, and a great look from the line judge on the side. Had a perfect picture at it. Whitaker was just a little short. If he catches that and powers backwards by a step, he's in. Wouldn't be surprised to see a QB sneak here from the Bulldogs.
Third and goal from the 1. Boudry pursuing that line. No indication yet. They're going to say he's short. No indication of touchdown. So it'll be a 4th down and goal.
Boudry on the quarterback keeper stopped behind the line. No gain on the play.
So it's 4th and goal at the 1. You're up 41-10, 4.5 to go.
Sure, the Bulldogs, you go for this here because if you don't get it by some miracle, the Knights are able to keep you from getting an inch. Then they have to play from that spot and now have to go 99.5 yards.
Boy, Tyler Greer one-on-one, wide side of the field. Boudry under center. Noah's going to try it again. Did he get it? Did he reach that ball over? Knights think they stop him, but they don't. It's a Boudry rushing touchdown. The near side line judge says touchdown.
I think based on the order of events there at Boudry.
So the call is touchdown. So Noah Boudry with not 1, not 2, 3 rushing scores to go with this 3 through the air. Following Isaiah Simon. And to stick with the theme today, Trent Figg, the head coach for Calvin, not happy with this officiating crew. He thought his Knights stopped him twice. So Jack Boykin to try the PAT. Snap is high, nice hold, and the kick is good for the Bulldog kicker. With 4:01 to go in this one, it's Adrian College scoring on a 4th and goal. It's 48-10 Bulldogs right here on the Adrian College Sports Network. On the Adrian College Sports Network. Our engineer is Tim Ambrose, Sean Whitmer. Yours truly, Ian Wendt, on the call with Sean Whitmer on the color commentary today. 48-10. It's the Noah Boudry show. 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing. 322 through the air. 47 on the ground. The last one 1 yard away for a 4th and goal touchdown run. And Jack Boykin will kick it off once more. It's a high kick. And it's returnable from about the 8 to the 20, 25, and again at the 24. I feel like 6 or 7 drives have started at the 24 for the Knights. And that was Hayden Slegers with that return.
Going back to that touchdown run for Boudry there on that last drive, he stretches across the goal line, and I think what happens is he stretches across both hands on the football, as you commonly see while being tackled, and then a Calvin player punched it out after.
Number 41, 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
So they're going to get the Bulldog kickoff unit for being offsides. So they'll tack on 5, so the drive will not start at the 24. Or the 25. It'll start at the 30.
For the Knights.
So new quarterback in for Calvin. Drake Irwin.
Slegers on the carry.
He's sophomore out of Rockford. Getting some time here with 3:40 to go in the 4th.
Irwin also their backup punter.
Claps his hands, takes, gives. Nice hard run in there up over the Bulldog 40 to about the 45-yard line. Elisha Hayward with the tackle.
First down, Knights.
Along with 38, Dylan Wilczynski, junior out of Livonia. 1st and 10 Knights at the 46. Irwin looks to pass. Going deep, a wobbler. It's going to be caught on the slide at the Bulldog 15-yard line.
Drake Irwin's pass complete down to Baxter. Another Knight first down.
That's McCoy Baxter with that reception. Another Rockford product. So 1st and 10 Knights. They mark him down just inside the Adrian 15. Bulldogs bring some pressure. They run to the other side. Room at the 10. Lowers the shoulder inside the 5. And finally out of bounds.
Slegers on the first down.
Is Slegers.
9 yards. Down to the Bulldog 2-yard line.
Mark him out at the 2. 2nd and short. Or 2nd and goal looks like for the Knights. Snap it directly to the running back. Slegers goes into the end zone for the Knights touchdown.
Direct snap and scampers into the end zone. Touchdown,
so
Knights.
A 2-yard score with 2:15 to play in the 4th quarter. Nifty little play there, Sean. The quarterback did the old fake it like it went over your head, spin around. Snap goes right to the running back, and he runs it in for 6.
I don't think that's what the intention was, though, actually. I think it was supposed to be a standard handoff. Irwin thought the ball genuinely went over his head, and when he turned around, the running back had it and was running in for a touchdown.
Snap, hold, kick, all good. Logan Knapp puts it through.
score, Adrian 48.
2:15 to go in this fourth quarter. It's Adrian College 48 and Calvin University 17. Let's look around the MIAA. On Thursday, there was a contest out in Olivet where Trine University took care of business 59-7 over a Young Comets team. Other scores, games in action today. Midway fourth quarter, Alma in control against Albion on the road, 48-27. And the other contest, mid-third quarter, Hope handling Kalamazoo, 42-7. So if those scores hold, Hope would move to 2-1 in the league. Alma would go to 3-0. Adrian right now 2-0 in the league, looking to make it 3. 2:15 to go in the fourth quarter.
That read for you on the across the MIAA is getting very short. I didn't notice it last week, but now that MIAA play has started, we only have 3 other games to talk about instead of the usual 5.
That's right. Meaningful contest here down the stretch.
To return for the Bulldogs.
Important contest down the line for Adrian, one of them next week, as Docking Stadium will be the site for the showdown between the Bulldogs and the Flying Dutchman. Bulldogs getting ready for a possible onside kick. And it will be nice coverage there for Adrian's 96. And the Knights were offside on the play. Bryce Payne, I believe, the lucky Bulldog.
I believe that was Gabe Schwieters. Payne, a defensive tackle, I don't think would be on the...
86.
Don't usually put defensive tackles on your hand team.
Not usually. Good work by Gabe. So Adrian will keep possession. The offside on the Knights will move it 5 yards closer to the end zone. 2:14 to play. And we'll see Sebastian Boswell, the Bulldogs' second stringer. Young man, number 13. Sophomore out of Chesterton, Indiana. 6'5", 220-pound sophomore. He'll be in the shotgun. He's going to take and give. Run through the middle for a couple. That's Steve McCoy. Kind of that running back by committee today for Coach Palka. And that will bring us to the 2-minute timeout here in Grand Rapids. The Bulldogs up big. 2 minutes to play. 48-17 is our score. Bulldogs over Knights on the Adrian College Sports Network. Adrian College Sports Network, Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose, our crew here today. Sean, why do they call it a 2-minute timeout, not a 2-minute warning like in the league?
So back when the 2-minute warning was first invented, it was an actual warning. There were no clocks in the stadium, so the officials had to actually tell the coaches, hey, there's 2 minutes left. We are warning you that there is 2 minutes left. It's a 2-minute timeout because everyone can tell there's 2 minutes left. There's no need to warn anybody anymore.
Oswell will give to McCoy, and he lowers the boom at the Calvin 30. And it's a first down for Adrian from right there. And that should move us ever closer to triple zeros on that scoreboard.
Wolger on the tackle for the Knights.
Ball at the 28-yard line. Sebastian Boswell in the contest to finish this game off. Looking right at that play clock. 5 seconds. And now they'll snap it. give to McCoy. Follows the blocking of Drew Calbert. Gets a couple down to the Knights 26.
McCoy carries 2-yard gain on the play.
Should see a couple more
2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
snaps here. And load up the bus and make the 2-hour trip back to the Maple City with a 6-0 record for the first time since 2011. And that team went 7-0 to start the season. Finished the year 8-2. And the first ever win at Calvin. The first ever contest here between these two programs. McCoy will get the carry. Room for the young man down to the Knights 20. And Adrian does not have to snap the football here in the final 30.
Curtis on the tackle for the Knights.
And that'll do it.
McCoy brought down.
Teams head to the sideline. Form up in a friendly handshake line. Coach Trent Figg for the Knights. Coach Joe Palka for the Bulldogs. As Adrian moves to 6-0 in the 2025 football season. 3-0 in league play. The Knights fall to 4-2, and they are 1-2 in MIAA play.
And that concludes tonight's contest. The final score from today's matchup.
Bulldogs played great up and down the field, or what they were actually playing on the pitch here today, of course, because it is a soccer field. But they played great all day. It was just, I think they kind of relaxed a little bit more than you would have liked to see there towards the end of the game, giving up those 2 touchdowns. They didn't have their entire starting defense out for either of those 2 touchdowns, but nonetheless, you don't want to see touchdowns scored if you can keep them off the board, and I feel like the Bulldogs got a little bit too relaxed and allowed those in.
So again, we'll get to our stats and our breakdown of this game in just a little bit. Bulldogs home next week. They'll host Hope. Calvin stays home. They will host Trine University. All games next week at 1 o'clock. We're going to take a quick timeout. Then our post-game show. Bulldogs winners here at Calvin, 48-17 on your home for Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network. Here on the Adrian College Sports Network from the Calvin Soccer Stadium here in Grand Rapids. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer. Post-game, the Bulldog victory, another one. 6 of them against no losses this season. 48-17 the final tally. Let's look at some of our game numbers, courtesy of Calvin University Sports Information Department.
So the Bulldogs, 30 first downs to Calvin's 20. Ended up running for 206 yards. Calvin finishes the day with 120 yards off 43 carries. 322 passing yards for the Bulldogs, 192 for the Knights. No fumbles. Only 1 punt return from either team. It was Calvin with a 13-yard return, I believe the first punt of the game. Kickoffs, Calvin returned 9 of them for 194 yards. Bulldogs 1 for 39 yards. 7 penalties for the Bulldogs, 70 yards. 7 penalties for the Knights, 82 yards. Bulldogs go 7 for 7 in the red zone. Knights 3 for 3 in the red zone. And then the Bulldogs 7 of 13 and 2 of 2. Of course, that being third down conversions and fourth down conversions. Calvin go 5 of 13 on third and 0 for 3 on fourth.
Yeah, and the fourth down was the name of the game really in the first half. Calvin was able to move the ball at times. And the Bulldog defense stood tall on those fourth downs. And, look at the total yardage as well. Just heavily favored Adrian. Even at the halftime, Bulldogs go 73 plays, 528 yards. Calvin 69 plays for 312. So some big individual numbers to make up those team stats. Sean's going to break that down, tell you some of those, and make his selection of our player of the game. Right after this quick timeout, Bulldogs winners 48-17 on the Adrian College Sports Network. College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer. Player of the game selection. It's tough to do when there's crooked numbers, as Adrian gets a big win today, 48-17 over Calvin University. 2-0 all-time against the Knights.
Yeah, 4 players really enter the conversation for the Bulldogs here, and it's 2 for offense, 2 for defense. Mentioning the defensive players first, you have Bennett Gildy, who walks out with 5 solo tackles, 6 assisted, and 11 total. No tackles for a loss. I don't believe he had a sack in this game. He did not. Outside of him, the other defensive player to mention, Liam Carey, 6 solo tackles, 9 assisted, giving him 15 total tackles on the day. 27 tackles combined between the 2 linebackers. Looking at the offense, Braden Whitaker, 11 receptions, 164 yards, no touchdowns.
That's so good. That's so good, Sean. He didn't score, but career day in terms of how creative he was catching that football.
Yeah, just an absolutely phenomenal performance from Braden Whitaker. However, he's our runner-up for today, as Noah Boudry gets another one here for us on the Adrian College Sports Network. He goes 25 for 33, 322 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He only was sacked 1 time. He also ran the ball 12 times for 36 yards and 3 touchdowns.
6 TDs, tough to beat. This was the Noah Boudry game. He had 1 missed throw on the interception, his first pick of the season, and that came in the third quarter, fourth, whenever it was, second half. He was spectacular. It was, we kind of, I don't know if we spoke it into existence or what, but Coach talking about, let's kind of unleash Noah a little bit. We're a good running team, but we can open things up for Noah, and he has been every bit as advertised. When there were rumblings about, the quarterback from Mount Union is coming to Adrian College, this was it. He was outstanding.
Yeah, and I think for the stat nerds, one thing that to mention is 181.7 QBR on the day for Noah Boudry. Just adds that level of character to his stats. Also 6 touchdowns. Bulldogs only had 6 touchdowns. Noah Boudry was involved on every single touchdown that the Bulldogs had today. And he hit 4 different receivers. 3 of them had touchdowns.
That's right, Brumley, Aberger, and Greer with the touchdowns. Through the air for Boudry, he ran it in for 3, as you mentioned, Sean, and he is our player of the game today. Might need that kind of performance next week, as the game that's been circled on these fans' calendars probably since week 1 when the Bulldogs upset Valpo. We were looking like, okay, if we can get to that hope game, and here it is next week at Docking Stadium. Can't wait for that one. I'd like to thank the Sports Information Department here at Calvin University for hosting us for the first time on the football side. I've been here for a handful of other sports, but we're adding football to that list. So looking forward to the next time we're here. It'll be at their new football facility, as the Knights will come to Adrian next year, and then 2027 we'll be back here. But thanks to them, thanks to our engineers today, Sean Whitmer, Tim Ambrose, and for my broadcast partner, Sean Whitmer. I'm Ian Wendt, saying good afternoon from Calvin University. The final score, it's another Bulldog victory, 6-0 on the season, 48-17 over Calvin University. This has been a presentation of Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.